Live.
You don't know that.
Live. Yeah.
What up, Biddy?
Yeah. What up?
I set this up on my phone, too.
What up?
There we go. I just saw the name of the show.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
That's hilarious.
I'm just saying.
I mean,
just made a statement, making a statement.
I mean, sometimes statements have to be made. Sometimes Captain's got to teach something.
Hey,
that's how it is.
Yeah. Just doing my due diligence while due process is taking place.
I mean, sure.
That's all. Nothing too crazy.
And if this is what I think it's about, yeah.
I mean,
it need to happen. Yeah. I feel like too.
God damn it! Ripped my not ripped. Ripped is the wrong word, but
you broke it.
I pulled the headphones out.
Oh, man, I'm about to say you broke it.
No, I ain't break nothing. Luckily, this time.
Oh shit! Yo, this time I'm remembering to go off of that fucking top chat and go to live chat.
Yeah, that's stupid.
I don't know why that shit defaults there.
It's dumb.
They're dumb. Anyway, I'm about to do the intro. Me.
You?
And me too.
Oh.
Welcome everyone to the Black Culture Geeks podcast. This is my man SPJ.
You.
And I am Tombstone the Dead Man, and we are just a couple of geeks talking about pop culture from a black perspective. Facts indeed. So the world's on fire.
Well,
it kind of is.
Tends to happen.
Yeah, and a lot of people are rightfully concerned about a great many things and are looking for an escape. There are some people that have found their escape, but I think a lot of the feelings that people are having are what's intended by the people who are doing the things. Like they want you to feel overwhelmed. They want you to feel like these things are inevitable, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for those people out there who had sat on their asses or didn't think that this would be an issue, you got a lot of work to do. For some of the rest of us, we have a lot of work to do too, but our target for that work is not the same target yours is. You have to clean this shit up.
Yeah.
Right. We are focusing a lot of our energies inward because we give a whole lot outward most of the time, and we don't prioritize ourselves because we are told that's somehow bad for us to do it. Right? Everybody else can prioritize their community, tribe, whatever, and that's fine if we do it. It's bad. Why would you do that? We're expected to be, for a long time, we were expected to be the people that needed to explain these things to other people. And I think a lot of us came to the realization that they know this ain't about them not knowing.
Right.
This is about them prioritizing what they think is important for them. And I can't talk nobody down from doing shit that's going to ultimately fuck themselves up. Like,
correct.
I can't talk you down. That's not my job. I don't have the training to do it. My sister Chrissy probably got the training to talk somebody down. I don't have the training to talk nobody down from off the ledge. If you think you're not worthy of affordable health care, I can't convince you that you think that it's cool for you to sacrifice in the form of higher prices, getting higher because you think it's for the good of the country. If you think in your rabbit ass mind that so-called savings from waste, fraud, and abuse is going to somehow find its way in your pocket, I can't. There's nothing I can say. You are gone.
Facts.
If you think that billionaires woke up after having sex with 3 women that night on his yacht and thought to himself, I really need to do something for the workers. I can't help you. Like, nobody can help you if you believe that, right? So if you believe that you can just shit on your allies, right? And they're supposed to be cool with that. You were raised different than me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You were raised way different than me.
Yeah, that's not the move.
Nah, because you can take a lot of this stuff from the macro to the micro,
Facts.
right? It just makes sense that if these are people that are willing to go to the mat, cut and bleeding for you, if these are the people that make special allowances for you because you are who you are and who you are to them, and you can't treat them any better than that, you can't talk to them any better than that, and you think they're just going to stick around and be cool and still be allies, we were raised different.
A little bit. What up, Wolf?
Like, so because of that, what's up, Wolf? Because of that, it's a waste of my time and anybody else's time, I feel, to try to convince motherfuckers of that. Like, it just is.
Yeah.
So, what typically happens is we go on the "We Told You So" tour.
Interesting.
Not to help you. No. To satisfy that little urge, go, oh, you lost your job, huh? Told you so. Oh,
basically.
They deported your Meemaw? Told you so.
Interesting. It's almost as if someone informs you thusly, but you disregard it.
Yeah. You disregard everything that was said. Oh, you're spending 20% of your paycheck on your groceries?
Interesting.
Damn. Told you so, though.
Interesting.
Measles came back and the kid died. Yikes.
It's almost as if there was something that we did a while ago that kind of got rid of that problem.
I can't recall what it is because I'm an American, right? So I got a short attention span and my memory is not right.
I feel like this wasn't an issue a few years ago.
You might be right about that. You might be right about that. So, Black Culture Geeks, we do specialize. We are not when they go low, we go to hell. Like we not them ones.
I'm sorry.
We not them ones.
I don't have that in me. I don't have, no, we're not letting you slide. No, what do you mean? Nah, not over here. Listen, it takes a special combination of circumstances for me to let you slide.
For you to beat the charges. That's true. It's true. For us, because here's the thing. We can't show you grace.
Nah.
There's no grace we can show you. Right? Some of y'all were extra arrogant with a side of horseradish.
Sam Jones.
Like, some of y'all was extra arrogant with the shit. It's the arrogant ignorance and the conversations and the thinking that somehow you were the enlightened one. Yo, that shit right there, that more than anything else is what makes the I told you so absolutely necessary, because of how you disagree.
That matters.
That matters. You weren't open, and when we presented places you can go to get this information, you didn't look because in truth, those really weren't your issues.
No. You didn't really care about that.
You didn't really care about it.
And because you didn't really care about it, you didn't care to do the research.
Yeah. We know.
Because
if how do we know?
If something was promised that you thought would be an issue, you would look it up.
100%.
You would look it up.
100%. And that's the whole thing. One of the reasons we know you didn't really care about any of that shit you said. We can go through the line. Biden too old. You got a geriatric motherfucker in there now.
Yep. This is a 2-year difference.
Yeah. The price of eggs is too high. The price of eggs is even higher. Inflation has gone up as much as 3% now from what it was.
I don't remember if I sent you this video. Somebody was like, can you think? It was one of those debate, not like the 1v20 ones, but it was more like one of those.
I remember those.
It was like a 1-on-1. Like the dude was hosting, and it was like callers, I guess, and he was interacting with each person that chimed in, and he was like, "Okay, so can you tell me what else? Like, are you going to sit here with a straight face and tell me that the only thing that is raising prices is inflation?" He said, "Is there anything else? Be honest. Is there anything else that is raising prices?" And the dude was like, "So you don't know what inflation is?" He was like, no, we're not doing that. He said, no. Listen to me. Hear me out. Define inflation. So he reads the dictionary definition, and the guy was like, yeah, so at the end of that, it says raising prices. So would you like to ask your question again? And he's like, yeah. So are you going to sit here and tell me that the only thing that has to do with the prices raising is inflation? And he said, so you don't know what you're talking about. He said, so you're just going to insult me instead of answering the question? He said, no. Let me rephrase your question for you. You're asking me if the only thing that has to do with raising prices is raising prices.
Yo, it's so fucking...
And it's like, bro. And the reason that he was so adamant on that, number one, is because he didn't know what inflation was.
Yeah.
But number two is because at that point, it would have been... He knew enough to know that it would have been intellectually dishonest of him to claim that Trump had nothing to do with the inflation.
Yes.
So he was trying to find another reason.
I've seen them do this all the time.
It's like, bro, are you fucking serious?
Yo, motherfuckers who know what tariffs are.
Yeah.
They've known what tariffs are for their whole political life. Will get up there in front of a camera, talking to the news people, and act obtuse as fuck about what tariffs are and what they do.
Yeah.
These are people you know for a fact know what tariffs are.
Thanks.
Right? And know what the results of that'll be. And by the way, there was if I cared about you, trust me, before the election shit, and you had some alternative view, we talked about it.
Yeah.
We talked about it. If you thought about sitting out, we talked about it. So I feel very comfortable now. And the people who could not be convinced, hearing I told you so. Because a lot of these people were people who didn't really pay too much attention to politics in general. So what they were hearing was these fringe ideas mixed in with their own biases about certain things that they wouldn't admit are biases. But I knew they were because I know them. Like, we've only been having conversations for 30 years. I know where your biases lay. And you were operating off of that, mixed with these fringe ideas and narratives that were being popularized by the people you did watch. And when I said, hey, let me tell you why that's not true. Not let me tell you why that's not true. Let me show you why that's not true. And you probably shouldn't be basing any opinions off of that. Mm-hmm. Off of that, your limited understanding of that thing there. You still did what you did. There are people right now who be trying to get in contact with me and can't. Because I told you what I told you. And I don't want to hear you complaining.
Right.
You're not going to commiserate with me, and you're not going to get me to feel like I need to coddle you and make you feel better about it's not so bad. No, it's fucked up. It's fucked up. And, for the record, if the motherfucker you thought wasn't a serious threat or you thought was good for everybody does stuff to harm my folks, I'm going to have an attitude. Because you was told that's what's going to happen. And you ain't. Now, sure, you can say, well, I didn't really think it was going to. To me, that all sounds the same. That also, after knowing me for as long as you know me, and you know how I get obsessed and dig into shit, and you don't, especially about that topic, I'm saying to you and showing you, and you still win, all right, cool. Cool. I hear motherfuckers say all the time, because this is the new excuse. Like, I don't understand why people will just let politics get in the way of relationship. Let me explain something to you, goofy children. You goofy ass children. You know quality of life is connected to politics? Did you know that? How much money you make? Whether or not that there's good schools for your kids? Whether they're held accountable for the bullshit they do? Trade policy, like medicine, consumer rights. All of these things are connected to quality of life and politics. So if you supported somebody who wants to rob my mom and my mother-in-law of their Social Security, that's going to affect their quality of life, which is, what's up, Kat? Which is going to definitely affect my quality of life because they got to be looked after. They got to be taken care of. One of the things that protected older people was Social Security. It also protected the young people, and I'm going to tell you why. For that, when the older folks could no longer be gainfully employed anymore, their family had to take care of them. The children had to take care of the parents. They had to come live with them and all that other shit. And if there was hospital shit going on, some medical shit going on, guess what? They had to come out to family funds. What Social Security did was give the elderly a form of independence they hadn't had before. But it also freed up the children of these elderly people to not have to worry about that, to be able to focus on their family, life, children, whatever, and build some shit for themselves for when they get to be the age of their parents. So if somebody you thought who said they was going to do this or is a known liar and said they weren't, he gets in there, then they do something and it affects my mom and it affects my mother-in-law, we not cool.
Facts.
Especially if you somebody who knew my mom. If she looked at you like you was one of her other sons or daughters. We not cool. You gonna come help? Right. So stop being children about that. These things absolutely have something to do with y'all will get. I've seen people get unbenefited just for talking shit behind the person's back, and the person decided I don't want to fuck with them no more, with probably good reason, depending on what they said. Probably good reason. But you think they're not going to be unbenefited with you when you actively help do something that harmed their mom?
Ain't no way.
Or their quality of life? Nah. Y'all keep thinking just because you put the word just, it's just positive, that changes the effect.
That changes absolutely nothing.
That's Reptilian Reaper just said it. People don't care until it affects them.
Facts.
That amount of selfishness is relatively unique to this place.
Mm-hmm.
Because other places don't have it. They've been scaring your asses so long about things like socialism and all this shit. It's bad. And I'm looking at motherfuckers that have adopted not even full socialism. It's more like social democracy, right? Mm-hmm. I've seen them adopt that and live better than us. And you let motherfuckers with all this money and access tell you, no, you don't want that. Mm-hmm. You want the freedom to starve. You want the freedom to go broke. Like, it's the wildest shit ever. And I think I mentioned this at one time before, but one of the other crazy shit is to watch people who believe the propaganda see examples of it not being true. And the sense of betrayal that I see in their words and some of the videos they make is crazy. When TikTok was going through the shit it's going, and by the way, I think it's still going through it because there was a delayed period, so it may or may not stay, but I don't trust it no more.
Right,
I don't. But people went over to Chinese app Red Note, and oh my, the revelations! It was hilarious to see people generally hurt. That they told them that these people are over here suffering and that this country is truly evil. These are the terms I've seen. Truly evil. The Chinese government is truly evil. These evil motherfuckers made it so that can you imagine? They made it so that their people don't have homeless. They made it so that crime is low as a bitch over there. Mm-hmm. They made sure that the cost of living is low. These evil sons of bitches made sure that everybody over there had health care. How dare they? That's some supervillain shit right there. Fucking Lex Luthor. And the good guys, in quotations, told you, look, you may can't afford the cancer treatment. You may can't afford to fill your refrigerator up, but at least you're free. And you bought into the shit. You still buying into it. I be seeing y'all on these fucking comment sections on articles. Stuff that I never used to do before, but apparently there's something in me now that makes me want to combat a lot of that shit. Right? Because before I didn't go look in the comment sections of these articles, I didn't give a fuck. And I definitely didn't respond to none of them. But now I've been doing that. Because it's absurd that you still think that. You deserve it, my guy? That's what you think? You deserve you deserve to work 60 hours a week. And still can't afford everything that you try to do. You think that's what your life's supposed to be? Well, I got news for you, pal. That's the conditioning of a serf.
Facts.
Where work becomes a virtue. Not seeing your family seeing your family less than you see your coworkers becomes a virtue. You do realize the limited amount of time you have on the earth, right? You do maybe you don't. Maybe you're too young and you think you got all these years ahead of you. Let me assure you of one thing as somebody that has been your age. These years fly by, my guy.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be 56 this year. And most days it feels like I closed my eyes. And then the previous day, I was just 25. Or 28, just having my kid. These years will fly the fuck by. So fast your head will spin. And you're going to be looking up like, God damn it. Look how much of that time you spent on somebody's clock. Look how much of that time you spent robbing Peter to pay Paul. Stressed out about, I don't know if I can get this bill done. Figuring out how to strain and stretch your budget so you can get a vacation. In the richest country in the world. They don't prioritize you. They prioritize big business. You're talking to a businessman. I'm still telling you they prioritize business here.
Right.
Not you.
Facts.
You embrace this whole individualistic mantra that they have here and not realizing, just like everything else, individualism is good in doses. You live in a society with other people. You want to know why there's morals? Well, I'll tell you if you're interested. So we can live the fucking together. Because if that shit didn't exist, all of our laws, at least the core of them, start from that. So that I would not be knocking you over your motherfucking head with a fucking club or a rock to take your cow without consequences. And because there's consequences, now we all get the benefit off the skills of each other. I can't do what SBJ did. I can pay SBJ to do it, and I can still get the same thing done. That's how we all were able to live together. That's why it's important.
Look at the chat.
What am I looking at? I'd say financially we're tired.
No, about that.
Am I Kevin Hart? Wait, damn. Hey, yo. You're ass. You are ass. Yo, look. All I guess I'm really saying is that you've been conditioned to believe that life has to be this way. When there's examples of it not being that way, and all of the excuses that I hear for why it can't be that way here make the air stink.
Bro, that's only because their breath stink. It's unrelated. It's unrelated. It's unrelated.
Stop making excuses over it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all I'm saying. Like, we seeing examples of it. And if you didn't see it before, which is quite reasonable, that's reasonable, right? That you didn't see it before, it's available for you to see. And y'all be doing the goofiest shit ever when you see something that is demonstrably better than what you have, but you penalize it and invalidate it because they're not perfect. As if where you live is perfect.
Yo.
Is it perfect here? In your polarized ass country? Is it? So because these other countries aren't perfect, those things that are demonstrably better than what we have here aren't. Ryan said, it's not just their breath, it's the ass they be busting every time they speak. Listen, That's all I'm saying. It's like if you can't even acknowledge, if you so propagandized that you can't acknowledge that someplace else outside of the sphere of that propaganda has some better things or a better way of doing things without you first looking for an excuse for why you can't have it. That seems ass backwards to me. Instead of you looking for an excuse for why you can't have something better, how about we look for ways to get that shit? Oh, I used to hear this all the time. Oh, there's a lot of us over here. There's too many of us over here. Nigga, there's 1 billion. All right, yo. Okay. if that's going to be your excuse, you can't be helped. Yeah, but Tiananmen Square.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Okay.
That was fucked up.
Absolutely.
Now come talk to us about Black Wall Street.
Right.
Talk to us about the murder of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Talk to us about the murder of Martin Luther King.
Malcolm X.
Talk about them internment camps for Japanese people. Talk about the Trail of Tears.
Nah, we don't gotta go that far back. Talk about Guantanamo.
Talk about Guantanamo Bay. It's still open.
What he's trying to do now.
Yeah. What is you talking about? Like, you can always bring up. Here's a hint. You can always bring up imperfections of other countries because nobody's perfect. But it's hard. But it's hard for you to convince me that you're operating out of good faith and not out of a propagandized mind if you simply can't acknowledge that this shit right here is better. If the results they get from doing this particular thing this way is better. If you can't admit that, you've been properly propagandized. Because what's more important to you is not the people, it's the perception of the country that you live in. Which, by the way, you had absolutely, most of us had no choice. I was born here. I couldn't choose where I was born.
Correct.
It's the illest shit I've ever seen. Y'all some ill ass niggas for it. You need some help. You need some help. But I can't be the one to help you. because your ignorance and your conditioning put me in a fucked up state. And a lot of my folks in a fucked up state. So now I got to concentrate on helping us. You on your own. I'm interested in seeing what you going to do. Because it ain't going to be a lot. I'm telling you right now, I've seen a few of these black activists, thought leaders, trying to convince more black people, look, we still have to be, because this is going to affect us. But they're not realizing is nobody is saying that it's not going to affect us.
No, not at all.
What we're saying is we are not leading the charge anymore, only to be stabbed in the back while we're leading from the front.
Correct.
What's that shit I said one of the last shows? Imagine the Endgame scene. And you got the 5 main Avengers up front. Behind them is supposed to be Asgardians, supposed to be the fucking Ravagers, supposed to be the fucking magicians.
Mm-hmm.
And Thanos is on the other side. And he did that little point with the sword, and all of them come running. All of us are supposed to be running to meet them in the middle of the fucking field.
Right.
Now imagine those 5 Avengers turned around. And everybody else went back through them fucking portals.
Bruh.
Or worse yet, flanked them and went over on Thanos' side. That would have made for a much different movie.
Completely different.
Yeah. We done with that. That's what happened in November. We're not doing that anymore. Show us what you're going to do. And to the credit, because I'm going to give people that credit. I've seen things. I mean, I think the tactics y'all using are old and have been accounted for already.
Right.
But I've seen
it's a start
in some cities. I've seen people going out there. They yelling. They mad. They talking shit to their elected officials that represent their state. I seen it. And I am now acknowledging that I saw that. You're gonna need more, but I'm acknowledging that some people are doing it. I just want to see a plan that looks convincing to me that might work. Because at the end of the day, I'm just looking for stabilization. I don't have an expectation for this place to turn itself around to a point where, because it's not in the cards, it's not built in the DNA here. I'm just looking for some stabilization. Stabilizing it long enough for me and my folks. Pew! Pew!
Sounds like Newt Gimble.
I'm just saying. I look for the place to get to gimbal out. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm looking for. I'm not that idealistic. My idealistic youth is over. I don't have that. But some of you other guys, oh yeah, we can do it if we just. I don't buy that shit. I don't buy that shit. I don't buy it. But do I believe shit can be stable? Sure. Absolutely. Shit can be stable. It's possible. That's within the realm of possibility. That other shit, it's going to take a lot more than what we got. I mean, and the shit that it might take, some of y'all ain't ready for. Keep that shit real with you. Some of y'all ain't ready for what it would take. It might offend your delicate little sensibilities. Because, although I will say, I've been seeing lots of videos where motherfuckers don't give details, but we all know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
I've been seeing plenty of those videos pop up.
Whole bunch of them.
Plenty of them. Oh, look. Fuck it. Let's settle this.
Yeah. All right. So, I don't know which one I want to do first. Let's say Jay-Z sues former rape accuser, claiming
I knew it.
Claiming she's now admitted her story was false.
Imagine that.
Weeks after
Piecing
Jane
out time. Imagine that.
Weeks after Jane Doe dropped her stunning allegations, Jay-Z is suing her and lawyers for malicious prosecution and abuse of process. Stupid as... it's trying to make me pay.
What?
I shall not pay.
They're bugging. Y'all got to stop that
I
shit,
shall not pay. I will just find another article. Let me see. 3 days ago. The famous rapper, songwriter, and producer Jay-Z has decided to sue the woman who accused him of rape and her lawyers, claiming that they knew the complaint against him was false. Jay-Z, what? Oh, for some reason, this is funny. For some reason, this article centers Beyonce.
Why? This isn't about her.
I don't know. It says Jay-Z, the singer's husband, filed a lawsuit last Monday claiming that the complaint and her lawyers knew in advance that the allegations were false, but went ahead.
The hell you say?
Went ahead with the accusation anyway, according to the New York Times. The rapper's lawsuit filed in federal court in Alabama, where the woman lives, was brought against the accuser and her attorneys, Tony Busby and David Fortney.
Oh, yeah, that's a suing offense. I don't give a fuck what a motherfucker say.
In the complaint, Jay-Z, whose real name is Sean Carter, claims that the woman admitted to his legal representatives that she had made up the story. However, in a statement, Busby said the lawsuit has no legal standing and that the woman stands by her story, according to the New York newspaper. The woman originally sued Jay-Z last year, naming him as a defendant in one of dozens of cases that also targeted rapper Sean Combs as the alleged perpetrator of sexual abuse. In this case, the plaintiff accused Carter and Combs of raping her when she was 13 years old. At a party after the MTV Video Music Awards in 2000, after an NBC News interview with the plaintiff highlighted inconsistencies in her account, the woman acknowledged that she had, quote, made some mistakes, end quote, in presenting the allegations. For about 2 months, the plaintiff's lawyers defended the veracity of her accusations in court documents, but last month they withdrew their complaint without any public explanation. In the new lawsuit, Jay-Z's lawyers claim that the plaintiff, who was not identified, has voluntarily and directly admitted to Mr. Carter's representatives that the story presented to the world in court and on worldwide television was just that, a false and malicious story. The lawsuit claims that Busby had, quote, pressured the woman to, quote, go ahead with the false story against Mr. Carter.
Mr. Carter.
What up, GA?
What up, GA?
So we talked about this a little bit when the case was dropped. Yeah, that's kind of how this thing goes, I want to say. But I wonder, I saw a post. I'm trying to find out if I bookmarked it or not, because I don't remember. And my bookmarks don't want to come up. Wait, I'll just go on. Here we go. So the lady said, if I can find it, I don't think
it's
No, it's funny because
this definitely needs to happen. I'm gonna say this: you motherfuckers out here abusing power and privilege and access and forcing women or men to do shit that they ordinarily wouldn't do. I hope all of you go to jail, all of you.
Thanks.
But at the same time, you motherfuckers out here accusing people of doing shit, no matter how few of you there are, and lying and know you're lying, the lawsuit's coming. It need to be. This is what has to happen. Because that shit, you know how these things go, SBJ. The moment they put the accusation out there, that's the shot heard around the world. But once that shit is proven to be false, you don't hear it as much. It doesn't get the same fanfare or news. So now that person got to walk around with that shit on their jacket. And for the underinformed person, the low information person, they don't hear the retraction. They only heard the accusation. The lawsuit has to happen.
Absolutely. 100% has to happen.
Exactly, GA. I'll lead you through entropy, but I'm not your savior. No, sir. Listen. This has to happen. I know some people say, oh, you know she don't got the money. To quote the Joker in that Batman movie, it's not about the money. It's not. It's about the principle. What's up, McKenna?
What up, McKenna?
You future Colombian, you. It's about the principle. Because the damage you do, not just to the person you accuse, but the damage you do to people with legitimate gripes is so horrendous because what it allows, unfortunately, especially in these high-profile cases, is for the bad faith actors who really could care less what happened to women or victims in general. You gave them ammunition to be able to utilize that and say, this is my permission structure to ignore and be slanderous to the victims and mistreat the actual victims. That's what the fuck you did. So no, the lawsuit has to come. It has to happen. You have to be made to pay. Garnishment of wages, all that shit. Yeah, Yeah, it's got to happen because what you did was so egregious. It's going to affect a lot of people, not just Jay-Z. He gonna be all right.
Ha! Found it. So the original, well, not original, but a reporting. Jane Doe stated Busby brought Jay-Z into it, and quote, he was the one that kind of pushed me towards going forward with him with Jay-Z. Jay-Z's lawyers wanted to depose the woman who accused him of rape, and they filed a declaration from an investigator who spoke with her. Someone quote tweeted that and said, I disagree with Jay, a billionaire choosing to sue his accuser, who's in financial hardship plus struggling with mental health. It can deter real survivors coming forth. I think it should be solely Busby because not only did he prey on her, but dismissal with prejudice was also manipulated by him.
I disagree.
I completely disagree.
I disagree.
I completely disagree.
I completely disagree.
Listen, you took your shot, right?
Yeah. If you come at the king, you best not.
Listen, we can't use mental health as an excuse.
And we keep doing that.
Continue to do that. That's not how that's supposed to work. I can't even do that. I was about to give the caveat about depending on how old she is.
You can't give him grace.
But
there's no grace you can give him.
She has to be a full-grown adult because the time that she was talking about was years ago.
That's an adult, man. She made an adult decision. They want to talk about mental health problems. I see them do the same thing with Elon. I'm not with you. I'm not with that. Like, because one, you're doing a disservice to other people that have mental health issues because they don't act like that and they don't do shit like that. So nah.
And here's the other thing. Big Mike. And here's the other thing. So just 3 months ago, the same person made this post. Just because Tony Busby is a sketchy lawyer doesn't mean Jay-Z's accuser is illegitimate. Avnati is a shyster that didn't make Stormy Daniels a liar. Jay-Z's gonna need a better angle than that.
All right, so this is also why this same person is a bad faith actor. This is proof of it because back then you used that argument, and I'm gonna say this.
It's not a terrible argument.
That's not a terrible argument.
No,
it's not. It's not a terrible argument. But then now, after all of this has worked its way through, you're still making antagonistic ass posts about Jay and trying to run cover for the grifters. So
it seems like you have something against Jay.
Yeah. Because listen, there are times we get on this show where we are 100% wrong. It don't happen often.
Oh.
It don't happen often.
No.
But there are times
we prepare.
Because we prepare. And guess what we get back on this show and do? We correct the record.
My bad.
He was wrong.
I fucked up.
He was wrong.
It's very simple.
That I keep trying to tell motherfuckers that don't hurt you.
No.
That don't hurt your credibility with me. What hurts your credibility with me is when you have been demonstrably disproven and you still won't accept it. That hurts your credibility with me. Not you say, "Oh, damn, I was wrong." You know why? Because I get shit wrong. Who don't get shit wrong?
Like he doesn't deserve to get some type of a little bit of retribution. Just a little bit. Because it ain't like he can, like, let's be honest. Ain't like he can get much.
She don't have the money to give him anything. But what he can get is your sweat.
Facts.
Sweat over this lawsuit.
Yeah.
Embarrassed. Be embarrassed. Have this in the press that you're a liar.
Yeah.
You're a liar and you're a grifter. Because Jay first of all, what money can you give him?
Yeah, it doesn't even. I have not seen a source where it explains a dollar amount that he's asking for or anything like that. Right. So what are we talking
about? Mike said, Landon, you can't be wrong though. You're a force of nature like gravity. You just are. Hold on. But what if I'm the particular aspect of nature that is wrong? I'm the concept of wrong in human form.
Super yikes.
Listen, I'm all for Jay suing. The rest of y'all running around here talking that bullshit about how he should show her grace. There's no grace that he can show her for the shit she try to put on his name. Yeah, he has a fucking kid.
Mm-hmm.
Three children. They have to hear motherfuckers accusing their father of some shit he didn't do.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, nigga, nah.
And I believe, matter of fact, I'm pretty sure he put that in one of his statements. About Blue and going to school and
Come on, man. Come on. Mm-hmm. No. We going to not only we going to court, we making this a public spectacle. The same way you did, putting my name on that file.
You getting everything you deserve.
Oh, everything. You going to be taking the walk of shame, the perp walk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
fuck
with the cameras. And the microphones all in your face. Did you really think it was think he was gonna get away with the shit?
What happens is when you accuse someone of something like this, you create a canon event.
Yeah.
And this canon event has consequences. It's just that when it's created, we don't know who the consequences are going to be for.
Yes, absolutely.
We cannot. It's like thermodynamics. We can't. The consequences don't just disappear.
Right.
No. They cannot be created or destroyed. They exist, and they will be moved toward whatever side they need to be moved.
Listen,
towards.
Bro, it's real simple. Loki said it in the comic book. I quote this quote all the time because when he said it, it was like a revelation. He was like, the universe isn't just made up of atoms. It's made up of stories.
Facts.
Yes!
Facts.
Because what reality will be for a lot of people who didn't hear the retraction is that Jay-Z was out in these streets along with Poof Daddy raping people.
Even though
that's what they're going to hear.
3 or 4 of the people that she named in that story weren't even in attendance that day.
Oh, and by the way, you know what they do? Even if any evidence comes out, and now that she has recanted all that shit, right? You'll still have people to go on their conspiracy kick.
Mm-hmm.
No, he probably threatened her. You know all that money he got. Okay. And it becomes shorthand. One thing I notice about motherfuckers is with a lot of their conspiracy nonsense, it's just shorthand for I'm ignoring the facts.
Yeah, because you know how that doesn't make sense? I don't know if you know. Jay-Z had that money before the lawsuit started. So if anybody was worried about that being a possibility, the lawsuit would have never came.
Exactly.
That's just
if he had the power to do all of that, we would have never had the lawsuit.
No.
Because I'm sure they went and contacted him about we going to do such and such.
No, they absolutely did. It was a shakedown.
It's a shakedown. So he could have put his shooters on. Remember Kanye said, "Don't send your shooters after me, Jay."
Mm-hmm.
That old bitch ass shit. Snitching ass nigga. You got almost as much money as Jay got, nigga. Don't get so. This is gonna be so ass.
Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. Mm-mm. No. Mm-mm. We will not. We will not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
The overall point is Jay had the money before all that. He could have had all that happen then.
Facts.
And not had to deal with the stain to his reputation.
Yeah.
Or being that guy in the news cycle.
Uh-huh.
Fuck that. Nah, but some of y'all gonna lean into that because you want to believe that of him.
Yeah.
You want to believe that. Look, him and Diddy were friends, so he had to be on the same shit. Let me give you an example of how you're full of shit. When I was growing up, some of my best friends were drug dealers.
Mm-hmm.
And I never sold drugs.
Right. No, fuck that. You don't know these people. There are people who may see me interact with another human being and believe that we are close friends.
Yes.
Based on their perception of what friendship is, based on how they discern what that interaction was. You don't know. That's just a regular guy walking
Colleagues
around.
And friends are two different things, right, my guy.
So, like, you see me at work and you see somebody in a space that you and I share that's not normally there, and you see me communicating with them more than I communicate with you, and you think, oh, they must be.
That's his running partner.
Maybe.
It's possible. It's also possible. No.
It's also possible. I just enjoyed speaking to them more than I enjoy speaking to you.
Speaking to you because you're a bore.
It's possible. So
we don't have nothing in common.
Right. You want to talk
about very little.
That's just regular people. Now you want to talk about multi-millionaires and billionaires
whose business
happen to be in the entertainment system. Entertainment industry.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. Yeah. Like,
they have interest, financial and career interests that overlap.
Yeah.
So they're going to be in the same places. They're going to, if they get along, because getting along is not the same as being friends. If they get along, then you'll see them talking.
Facts.
Sometimes it's good for PR.
Shit, they don't get along, you might still see them talking.
Facts. Like, you might need to be in a news cycle. This guy got something going on. You contribute to it. Hey, here you go. Now I'm in a news cycle too. Like, it's all kinds of shit, but y'all never find y'all conspiracy theorists' mind towards that stuff. You always find it towards this other shit. Yeah, it's a plot. Go check Jay-Z basement. I'm sure he got a bunch of baby oil in there too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's where y'all go at. And look, this is the show with the tagline, your heroes have no power here.
Absolutely.
Right? And we're telling you that unless you can find something, anything that's valid, we're not going to go at him for that. It's other things we can go at Jay for. We ain't got to go at him for something that he didn't fucking do.
Thanks.
Fuck out of here. If we're the guys telling you or saying to you that, nah, and we jump in our favorites' asses when they fuck up.
All the time.
It's not our fault that, we maybe a slightly better judge of character than you got. And say, listen, so a lot of our favorites don't be going out doing that shit. But some of them do. And we give them the business.
Facts. Gotta give them hell. Speaking of giving them hell, R. Kelly sings his old songs and says he wrote 25 new albums in totally unnecessary prison interview.
Has he?
Disgraced singer R. Kelly is back in the headlines after breaking his silence and singing in a new podcast interview that absolutely no one asked for.
I didn't ask for it. Did
On
you ask
Sunday,
for that?
Nah, nigga. When I saw the little clip of it, I was like, "There's no fucking way."
Listen, bro. If the interviewer didn't at any point in that interview go, Robert, nigga, I'm not interested.
That's funny. On Sunday, March 2nd, Kelly was a guest on the podcast Inmate Tea with A&P.
Hold up, yo. As somebody who may have spent a little time in the dent.
I can't relate.
This idea of y'all got something that's called
Inmate Tea with A&P.
Yo, y'all different. Y'all different. Is he in one of those country club prisons? Y'all different. Y'all different.
Where he spoke for the first time in a while since being locked up for sex crimes. Yo, no, I've probably never heard a more understated. What is happening right now? Where he spoke for the first time in a while since being locked up for sex crimes?
Yo, the way they undersold all that
This is double XL.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? She ain't the same anymore. She ain't the same anymore, B.
This is complete. So, for those who may not understand, right? Generally, when you have such an article from a reputable reporter, journalist, whatever you want to call them,
right?
The first mention of whatever the crimes were would state what the crimes were. It would not just say being locked up for sex crimes.
Sex crimes meaning what? Because it's like sex crimes
this
meaning
was a Rico
he went to
case.
the movie. He went to the movie theater with no clothes on and an overcoat.
Right.
That's that what they talk about?
No, nigga, this is a whole Rico case. Like, what are we talking about? What? Maybe it mentions it somewhere else. But again,
he had a whole organization dedicated to yo, that's crazy.
Maybe it mentions it somewhere else, but again, the first instance is usually the one that expresses what is going. All right, whatever. After being led in as the king of R&B in a rousing intro, Kelly serenaded the smitten co-host with parts of his old songs when a woman stood up and step in the name of love.
Did they say the Smith?
Oh yeah, they were. The clip that I saw, nigga.
They were glazing.
They were. It was two white women, and they were. Woof.
They were glazing, yo.
He also revealed he's been working on new music. Quote, singing is a beautiful disease that's incurable, Kelly says.
Nigga, you ain't got nothing else to do.
I'm always singing, I'm always writing. I've written like 25 albums since I've been in here. Right now, I'm just working on getting out. Missing from the interview was any form of accountability for his crimes. All right, so I'll give them that. They did. Wait, all right, I got it.
But see, no, this isn't the article. This is the article about the podcast.
All right, hold on. Who is this nigga?
See, this is why I told you, any interview with him where the interviewer's not going, Robert, I don't want to hear it.
Who is this nigga? It's a nigga. It's a nigga who wrote this. I wonder if this is editorial.
Maybe.
Because, I mean, I don't see the word. Hold up. No, I don't.
This is what I'm trying to figure out, though. This podcast he's doing, this is a prison podcast?
Apparently, I ain't never heard of this shit before in my life. I ain't never seen these two women in my life. I just happened to come across a clip. And Inmate I did a little bit of research. Yeah.
Yo, there's no, hear me clearly. There's no inmate T.
Yo.
There's no T.
They have 519 subscribers and 22 videos. How the fuck did they get? Never mind. Not even, it's not even important.
That is important. No, hold on, stop.
Yo, they have 5,000 lifetime views.
It's not as important, but we do need to examine.
I mean, sure, no, you're right. You're right. They have 21 or 22 videos and 5,000 lifetime views.
Nigga,
I can only imagine
over 1.5 million lifetime views on my channel, and I can't get Robert over there.
I can only imagine. I don't know. I don't understand what's happening.
I don't understand either.
Behind the scenes when a celebrity calls. R. Kelly breaks. Yo, I'm a little surprised that this R. Kelly. So, all right, this is what their views look like, right? It's I'm going to say all of them because it's only 21. 310 views, 205 views, 310 views, 255 views, 354 views. Now, this episode is entitled Inmate Abuse by Correctional Officers During and After Hurricane Helene. Okay. It has 1.7K views. The next one, 731, 155, 421, 168. The R. Kelly episode only has 6.5 thousand views. And it's from almost a week ago. So I'm very confused about what's going on.
Well, it's crazy. Because maybe we can get R. Kelly on the show.
Nigga, because like what is happening?
Maybe we could get R. Kelly on the
show. There's nothing you could have done to convince me that the first public thing that Robert did since being locked up would have less than 10,000 views in a week.
It would if you only had 500.
No,
that's not even fair to say. I'm gonna tell you why. Because I've seen small ass channels have a specific thing on
nigga.
That
I have videos on my channel that have more views than this.
It's facts.
What is? Hold on, bro. I'm sorry, because this is. I didn't know all of this when I put this shit on the docket. What is happening? I'm so confused. All right, let's see if I can. Let's see something. Does it? Will it give me? Okay. Let's look. Cause I want double check. I want double check.
Okay.
Popular. Okay. Cause I know I had that one video that did like 34K.
Mm-hmm.
I have two videos that have done more views than this fresh in jail R. Kelly.
He might not be algorithmically friendly.
There's no way, bro.
Listen, bro, on my Reaper Legion channel, which is my smaller channel, not even at 1,000 subscribers yet, I have one video that's like 31,000 views, and that was about NASA.
Sure.
How is, you know, the average motherfucker don't give a fuck about what's happening with NASA. How did they get more views than an R. Kelly interview?
No, you're right. Let me see something now. Now I need to look at what is it? Multi-World Entertainment.
Yeah.
Let me see what these guys are talking about over at Multi-World Entertainment. If I can find the goddamn, it's not showing. It's not even showing me the.
What, the channel?
Did I spell it right? Yeah, it's not showing me the channel.
Hold up, though. You must have spelled that right.
I didn't spell the name that I. You're right.
It can happen.
I'm not seeing. Did they take our channel down?
Hold up, bro. I'm checking. It popped up for me.
What the fuck is happening?
Yeah, it popped up for me.
All right, hold up.
Let's go to videos and most popular.
Yo, you know what's funny? You know what's hilarious?
What's that?
You were right.
User error. It was user error.
I spelled it wrong.
It's user error.
I spelled it wrong. I'm sorry. 36,000.
36,000
views. So
and look, in this video, there was niggas that was hate watching.
Oh, niggas.
They was mad. They was so mad.
About this video. But I'm just saying, bro. Like, what are we talking about here? Like, how something don't smell right about all of this. The fact that they got him on was it? All right, so I listened to a bit of it, like 30 seconds or so. Mm-hmm. It's not AI.
Okay.
Because that would have been my first thought once I saw these damn views. Right. It's not AI. It's him. Well, it's not AI.
Right.
I'm not going to say it's him.
Right.
It's not AI though. So it's kind of like, I don't know, bro. This is very wild to me. Like,
I mean, he must not be algorithmically friendly anymore.
There's no way. All right, hold up.
Ain't nobody talking about him.
I hear you, but
don't nobody care about what this nigga doing, man.
See. Past 7 days.
Oh, you know what?
Oh, no, you're right.
Ain't nobody talking about this nigga.
No, you're right. Hold up. Can I worldwide? Let me do worldwide instead of just
do worldwide.
He peaked on March 7th, which was yesterday.
Yeah, that interview.
At 100. No, the interview came out almost a week ago. But he peaked at 100 hits. Yo. Ain't no, all right, come on, yo. I feel like this is wrong.
What this is showing you, right? What this is showing you is that it really don't take, certain things can happen to you when you get out of the limelight and you're no longer making new posts, and the perception that people have of you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Has shifted to the point where you're not even an option for them to care about anymore. So they're not looking up shit with your name on it. They think they got you figured out. Oh, he's nasty. That's a nasty nigga. Like, you nasty nigga that's in jail for being nasty and shit, right? So they stop thinking and look at, they're not. They just not. But I wonder what that means. So I'm pretty certain this does not include his streaming numbers.
No.
This is just Google, searches for his name.
Yeah. This is Google Trends. And yeah, like he seems to be peaking at like 100 hits a day. And that's not, those are outliers.
Yeah.
Like the lowest that I see is obviously 0. I can't, all right. It is hard for me to believe that there is a day that exists in 2025 that not a single human being used Google to search for anything with the name R. Kelly in it. 0 human beings?
I can believe it.
I mean, nigga, I'm looking at the data.
Listen, that nigga is in a whole different world now. Whole different world.
That's crazy. Hold up. Let me, because I it's a different spelling of his name. Where we at? We still at a peak of 100. Okay, never mind. Yikes. Fuck everything I thought I knew.
Look, man, it is what it is. I mean,
that's wild.
They don't fuck with him.
Apparently, nigga. Don't let me. I'm a little proud right now. I ain't even gonna hold you. I am pleasantly surprised.
Hey yo, why Ryan said, what does that have to do with LeBron's? Like, hey yo,
that's wild. All right. So did I finish the article? Okay. Missing from the interview was any form of accountability for his crimes or even mention of them. Of
course.
The sit down was mostly fluffier.
Fluff?
Then no. We're not doing that. Fluffier than a triple fat goose, with the hosts only seeming interested in how honored they were to talk to the convicted sex offender. All right, I'm guessing this nigga just not a journalist.
He was glazing, yo, the whole time. He just wanted to talk to that man.
R. Kelly being
he was a fan.
R. Kelly being free anytime soon doesn't seem likely. In 2022, he was sentenced to 30 years in prison after being found guilty of sex trafficking and racketeering. Again, this should have happened in the beginning of of racketeering charges. The following February, he was sentenced to 20 years in prison in a separate federal child porn case. Again, these aren't afterthoughts. This is like the last paragraph. These aren't. Anyway, my bad. The second sentence will run concurrently with the first. Kelly appealed the conviction last March, but it was upheld by a judge last month. Kelly hasn't officially released any music since he's been locked. This is an everyday nigga. Listen to this sentence. Kelly hasn't officially released any music since he's been locked.
Yeah.
In December of 2022, the R. Kelly album, I Admit It, hit streaming services. However, it was pulled from DSPs and a short time later, with the singer's team claiming it was not authorized. In April of 23, rumors began to circulate that Kelly was performing concerts in prison after AI images surfaced online. Okay.
Yikes.
All right. I mean, this is what's going on. This is what you niggas is doing. I mean, apparently not. Apparently it's not what's hot. Because ain't nobody watch that shit. But I'm floored. I ain't even gonna hold you. Like,
yo, listen, it's real simple. You can lose all your street cred.
Hey,
it can go away. Like,
couldn't have happened to a better person.
So now imagine that before all of this took place, had R. Kelly said he wrote 25 albums,
nigga.
The amount of energy.
The way you wouldn't have been able to get rid of this story.
Facts.
You wouldn't have been able to get away from people talking about this shit.
It's factual.
Honestly, I kind of should have realized that it wasn't that much traction on it, because generally with these stories, that I see first on Twitter, I end up seeing a bunch more about it on Twitter.
Right.
I don't think I've seen more than 3 more posts that have anything to do with this nigga.
Right.
Matter of fact, hold on. Let me check one thing. Because, that was Google searches, but maybe niggas is just on Twitter. I don't know. Let me see. Trending. International Women's Day. Chiefs. Happy birthday, Sugar. Nunez. WNBA. IWD 2025. Act Blue. Southampton. Sidemen charity match. Andy Reid. Canada Day. Haley. Syria. Jokic. Mike Gesicki. Stanton. Good Saturday. I love women. Happy International. Snape. Yeah, because a black man's playing Snape. Bape Crocs. Theo Baker. Guam. Mary Magdalene. The fuck she do now?
Who knows?
Best VP. Daniel Jones. Favre. Assad. Enders. Yeah. No. Hold up. There's one more list. I'm sorry. Entertainment. International Women's Day. DDG's public outcry over limited time with his son. Celebrating Sugar. Ariana Grande's Eternal Sunshine anniversary. Gene Hackman. What actually happened. Naomi's heel turn. One Piece. Fans celebrate Shanks. Henry Cavill proves his Superman identity at nephew's school. JD Vance meme phenomenon. Fashion icons at Paris Week. Anticipation builds for Thunderbolts. Beyonce, Jay-Z, and Big Sean conversation. Battlefield 6 leaks. South by Southwest. Premiere of Another Simple Favor amid legal drama. And Invincible Season 3. Drewski, the joke heist of RuPaul's Drag Race. Yeah. No. Not seeing this nigga anywhere.
He not relevant. That's what they mean.
Apparently. Hey, listen. I ain't mad at it.
Me either.
This is, like I said, this is a pleasant Peaky
Blinders. It really is, bro.
This is a pleasant surprise. Up! Found it.
Fuck.
R. Kelly claims 24 albums written in prison. But think about how long I had to scroll.
Yeah.
So I'm still counting this as a win. Still counting this as
a win. I see this as an absolute win.
Absolute win. All right. Next. Let's settle this shit. Drake makes a major move in exchange for documents in lawsuit over Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us.
Major move.
Drake has made a major chess move.
He made a major chess
move. In exchange for documents in his lawsuit over Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us. Drake drops iHeartMedia from Texas court probe on Monday. Rolling Stone reported iHeartMedia is no longer a defendant in Drake's probe into alleged payola in connection to Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us. The two parties has come to an amicable resolution after Drizzy sought to depose the company about their possible involvement in a pay-for-play scheme with K-Dot's hit single. Quote, in exchange for documents that showed iHeart did nothing wrong, Drake agreed to drop his petition. No payments were made by either one of us, a source at iHeartMedia tells Rolling Stone. Hold on. Let me see who wrote this. It's the same nigga.
Okay, so
the same nigga.
You know what's really, truly pathetic, though, bro? You know what's really, truly pathetic?
Yo!
When you are so invested in somebody who wouldn't piss in your face if your nose was on fire, that you take this news, go all over Twitter with it, and say things like this. He probably got some money. He got him to pay. That's not what happened. That's not what happened at all.
Because people don't understand legal jargon and... Well, all right, hold on. Let me shoot them some bail. Because...
Are you giving them grace?
Just a little bit, because with this situation, they are the layman, right? In given legal jargon and procedure and policy, most people are laymen.
Stand-up niggas don't lay down.
I mean, sure. Most people are the laymen. So I'm
the layman.
Empathize with them that they don't know what the word settlement means.
So when they see the title of this video, they're gonna think somebody getting some money?
Probably. I mean, if they
these people
it depends. It depends.
These people are incorrigible.
It depends. It depends. But yes, as far as legal proceedings are concerned, I am not surprised that so many people hear the word settle and think money. I'm not surprised about that.
I get it.
The problem that the piece of context that they're ignoring is it wasn't a lawsuit. That is the piece of context that they're ignoring. They're only used to hearing about settlements as far as lawsuits are concerned.
Yeah, but the word petition isn't. See, this is the.
This
is my issue with these niggas, yo. This is my if the word petition wasn't in it, cool. Petition.
Yes.
And it's been explained by numerous people, including bad faith people that's on his side, who literally use that to defend him and say he ain't trying to get. See, he got no money. I'm gonna tell you what happened. What happened is he got his hands on the stuff he was looking for. Mm-hmm. He looked at it, saw that they didn't do anything like what he accused them of. Mm-hmm. So if anything, they settled it with he had to drop the thing with because they didn't do it. It didn't even get to the point where they could be a monetary lawsuit because the shit he was accusing them of, he looked for himself and saw that wasn't the thing. So instead of y'all, I know what you're doing. This is a great distraction right here, right? I know what you're doing. Rather than talk about the fact that no, he just got his ass beat. Rather than talk about that, because that's the actual real story. Is no, they didn't do anything different for him that they did for you. He just whooped your motherfucking ass. Instead of having that conversation, y'all don't want to have that conversation. So now, he won something. That's pathetic. You guys are really y'all that invested in this guy? You really that invested in this guy where you were willing to put your credibility on the line and crash out? Talking about, he got money, y'all. They gave him some. That's pathetic. I'm not doing that for nobody.
Nah.
What is wrong with you?
Yeah, there's no way.
That's goofy. That's Walt Disney World goofy shit. That's Goof Troop. Y'all got the long ears and the buck teeth and all that. And the suspenders and shit. It's goofy as a goofy. That's some goofy ass shit if I ever. Nigga. Goofy.
So for shits and gigs, let me read this because for some reason, I guess this is how they do things. Both XXL articles I just looked at. When you scroll to the bottom of the article, there's another article that is tangentially related. Okay. Like the last one, it went from R. Kelly to like another pop act, with no real ties to R. Kelly, but it was still music and all that shit. This one is a direct tie. This one is Drake versus Kendrick by the numbers. Listen. Total numbers in Drake and Kendrick Lamar's rap battle. Drake. Total number of solo diss tracks, 4. Total number of Spotify streams for Push-Ups and Family Matters, 101 million. Total number of YouTube views for Push-Ups and Family Matters and The Heart Part 6, 51.8 million. Total number of words rapped in all diss tracks, 4,206. Kendrick Lamar. Total number of solo diss tracks, 4. Total number of Spotify streams for Euphoria, Meet the Grams, and Not Like Us, 176 million. Total number of YouTube views for Euphoria and Meet the Grams and Not Like Us, 79 million. Total number of words rapped in all diss tracks, 4,162 words. Total number of days.
Why is that a stat?
Total number of beef. Total number of days of beef lasted 40 days, calculated from March 22
40 nights.
when Like That dropped until May 5th when Drake released The Heart Part 6. Or 50 days, calculated from March 22 when Like That dropped until May 10th when Anthony Top Dog declared the battle over.
I'm counting 50.
Yeah, but anyway, back to this article. I mean, it's not much left of the article, but Drake is still taking Universal Music Group to court in Texas as part of the legal probe he filed last November. The rapper claims they used bots and payola to artificially
Super Bowl in that. Is he still including Super Bowl?
Probably. Not like us. In addition, Drizzy has also filed a federal defamation lawsuit against UMG in New York over this song. This next court date for the Texas case is scheduled in April. However, Drake's legal team wants the date pushed forward. Delaying discovery will unfairly prejudice plaintiff who is continuing to suffer the consequences of UMG's defamatory campaign. They wrote in a recent motion. Indeed, at the same time UMG has been delaying here, UMG launched new campaigns to further spread the defamatory content, including the 2025 Super Bowl halftime show, which had over 133.5 million viewers. UMG has denied the allegations. XXL has reached out to Drake's team for comment.
So, what is he saying the damages are again?
I don't know. It's not.
I'm just curious because is he saying that he didn't get as many streams?
Basically.
So he didn't make as much money? Is that what he's saying?
I think that's the point that he's trying to make.
Oh. Yeah. Listen, I need to be able to sue a motherfucker then.
Sure.
I didn't get the streams that I would like to get.
I mean, sure. Not quite sure that's how that works, but I got you. I feel you.
I mean, he's suing.
No, I feel you. Yeah, that's
Listen,
it.
You can't fake influence.
No, you can't. I mean, you can attempt to. You can attempt to. I don't really have high hopes for your
I mean, you're Drake. Though. You're Drake. So regardless of what we say about him, you made a significant impact.
Man,
in every algorithm you can think of.
Fuck all that. What I say about him is this. None of this shit would have happened if he just shut the fuck up for a little bit and then came back out with music. That's all the nigga had to do.
I mean, he was told that by several people. He was told that by several people who said this.
Shut the fuck up for a little while after Not Like Us came out and not put out that last dumbass shit that he put out and just chill.
The more he talked to, it increased the odds of you saying shit like a motherfucker trying to get the slaves free. Because you kept talking and that shit resonated with a lot of us. We heard that shit. That's a bad thing.
The best way that you can prove that you do not care or are not bothered about something is leaving it alone.
Like, when Joe Budden absolutely lit your ass aflame.
He did it then. He did it well.
You said nothing. And as a result,
that was the
as much as we love what Joe said to you, how he said it to you, how it was a masterclass in rapidy rap, it did not get the energy because you didn't entertain it.
Yeah.
Now, Joe Budden has never been a bigger artist than a Kendrick Lamar. So that was always going to get a lot more a notice than what Joe did. But it wouldn't have gone to the extreme that it went to had you just shut the fuck up. Had you acknowledged your loss.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? I'm not giving this any more
honestly,
energy.
I don't even know he had to acknowledge it, to be honest. He didn't have to acknowledge it. All he had to do was shut the fuck up. Yeah. That's it. You can always shut the fuck up. It's always an option.
McKenna said if he had just wrote an album about some feelings instead, we wouldn't be seeing Drake's true jealous feelings here. That's
literally
true.
All he had to do. Not Like Us comes out, boom, explodes. That was in May. And then in Juneteenth, the pop-out happens. Say nothing. Say absolutely nothing. Yeah. 4th of July, the Not Like Us video comes out. Say nothing.
Mike said you have the right to remain silent.
You have the right to anything you say will be used against you in a court of public opinion. It's what happened.
And it was.
It's exactly what happened.
That's the other thing. Not only didn't he shut up, he was going on social media with these little passive-aggressive ass fucking posts.
This nigga, all right, so again, I can't remember the exact date, but in May, when the song dropped, shut the fuck up. In June, Juneteenth, pop out, shut
the fuck up.
July 4th, in NLU video, shut the fuck up. In what was it? Like October or November, when it was announced that Kendrick Lamar was going to be doing the Super Bowl, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
In late November, when Kendrick's album dropped, shut the fuck up. In January, when the Grammys came and he won 5 Grammys. Shut the fuck up. When February came and he did the halftime show. Shut the fuck up. We should be hearing from Drake next week.
Or
with
June.
An album.
Or May.
Nigga.
The end of May. Seriously, end of May. Get some space in between that Super Bowl shit.
Because nigga, what are you talking about? There was
dropping some summer jams.
Go on vacation.
Yo, imagine what would have happened. Had this nigga jumped on the yacht, went on a beach, parasailed, took some pictures with some girls.
No, that probably
girls of age, women.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Okay.
Take some pictures with some women.
Okay.
Drake, take some pictures with some grown-ass women, right? Imagine if he had done that. Just imagine what the conversation would be like right now. Imagine if he hadn't did that petition shit.
Nigga.
Imagine if he did none of the suing shit. Like a lot of the narratives that are now being used to bop him over the head with are narratives he helped create. It's bad enough that you made the decision to talk to that 17-year-old girl about her boobs.
No.
You did that.
Wait, I hate this narrative. This narrative, it's a well-meaning one. It's just incorrect. It is not that 17-year-old girl. It is those 17-year-old. There was a bunch.
I was going point by point. I was going to do every single one of his choices.
Nigga, I found a compilation video of that tour, and it was several.
My God,
17-year-old girls where he did the same, not the same exact thing, but a very, very close rendition of that exact act.
These are choices you made, sir. Sir, excuse me, sir. These were choices you made. You went up there with the Canadian tux and you said, oh, wow, that feels good. After being told the kid was 17. So listen, all of this is of your making. The fact that you did those things that gave ammunition to somebody, the fact that you was out here messing with people's girls, the fact that you was out here basically attacking women that you were no longer with. You had everything to say about Serena. Serena ain't mentioned your name. She ain't mentioned your name. Then you went.
By the way,
she didn't mention your name.
She's part owner of the new Toronto WNBA team.
Oh my! And then when you couldn't get a response from her, you attacked the husband. Bro, these are things you did. You gave the ammunition, sir. And this is why I told you, goofies, it's even more so than the fact that Wayne has never done a good diss track in his life. Even beyond that, Wayne has too much ammunition. That's why there's things that you can say about this nigga, yo. Like, stop. You can cheddar bob this nigga. Like, stop. Like, stop. This is the same thing with Drake. You chose this. And again, you should have just did what you did with Budden. Because let's be clear about one thing. Budden was frying your ass up.
Oh, yeah.
Them bars, motherfuckers who, because you were quiet about it and didn't say nothing back then, missed it.
Yeah.
I've seen reactions to the recent reactions to those bars in light of the Kendrick and Kendrick's beef. And motherfuckers are hearing some of this shit for the first time and going, yo, Joe was kicking his ass.
Thanks.
Just imagine how it would have been if you'd shut the fuck up. They wouldn't even went back to that old music.
Another point of clarity. Drake is my age. He's a year older than me.
Right.
I graduated from high school in 2005, which means I turned 18 the year of 2005.
Damn.
Yeah, okay. This thing happened with the 17-year-old in 2010.
Yo, that's disgusting, bro. That's disgusting. For me, 2010 was an hour ago.
Oh, sure.
That's disgusting. It's disgusting. It's nasty work. You gonna tell me it's not nasty work?
I've seen online when people bring up the 17-year-old talking about he was young. Sir, Again, he turned 19 in 2005.
Hold up, y'all. He said they said he was young. Was he 18?
Well,
see, y'all got to stop.
19 in 2005 in October because he likes to tell us October's very own OVO. I don't know the exact date, but he turned 19 in October of 2005, and this was 5 years after that. So,
again, when y'all say he was young, that's like a 16-year-old being sexually inappropriate with an 8-year-old, and then you say,
right.
well, yo, he was young.
Yeah.
What? What?
No.
What?
No, that's not. We're not doing that. We're not giving. No.
What, yo, what is?
Yes, Mike. He was 24 or 25 when this happened.
Yo, McKenna says, I truly don't understand how someone with this much experience in the industry, in the public eye, etc., doesn't realize he's digging himself deeper. But also, I don't have a fragile ego. That part, but also he has been able to spin narratives before, and I think he thought he was better at it than he was. Because, see, in order for certain narratives to work, the environment with which the narrative is fostered had to support it. And the fact is, motherfuckers was getting tired of your bullshit, sir.
Yeah. Yeah.
The environment was motherfuckers was getting tired of your bullshit.
Also, I think he just underestimated the amount of followers that he would lose. Like, it's not substantial, but it's an effective amount.
He also underestimated the amount of followers Kendrick would have already in the game. See, I think he convinced himself of the bullshit that he was saying when he tried the little bro on him.
No. I don't think he convinced himself. I think he was already convinced. I think he was arguing in good faith the entire time. I think he legitimately thought, like, Kendrick, but you talking about the little nigga that I helped out?
Yeah.
I legitimately think that's how you felt.
Yo, McKenna says again, 2010, I was 10 years old. As a 24 now, the thought of having a full conversation with a 17-year-old boy is kind of weird, much less commenting about his junk after knowing this is all I'm saying, bro. Like, these was choices you made, sir, and you got gobsmacked by your own choices, and now you're whining, and this is the other reason why people don't like you. The reason why a lot of people don't like you, who really didn't have a feeling about you one way or another before they take you or leave you, they wasn't heavily invested one way or the other, but the reason they don't like you now, and it's easy for them to dance and make all this shit using that music, is because of choices you made, sir. You fostered that environment. You did a lot of fuck shit. You said a lot of fuck shit, and to be clear, eventually, inauthenticity shows. It may take a little time because people are slow and people are bandwagoners. So if there's a significant amount of people who are giving you your props, a lot of motherfuckers just go along with it because everybody else is doing it. But after a while, the fact that your inauthentic self showed, and people started, when somebody can make these statements about you, and then someone who didn't care one way or another could look at that and go, oh, yep. Yeah, that's it.
That's what happened. That part, Mike. And people are peopling, which is a problem in itself.
Every time, everywhere, no matter where on the timeline you stand.
Doesn't matter.
Except for the timeline where there weren't no people. People have always been a problem. You know what my favorite show used to be back in the day?
Supernatural.
After People.
Oh. That
show After People. I don't know how many of you guys watched that, but it basically showed what would happen. It showed what would happen after, like, if some event took place and got rid of all people everywhere. The results of the shit we left here, how it would break down. They did the whole thing with the nuclear missiles and reactors and shit. How cities would look, of how they would be reclaimed by nature again. You watch that, Mike. See, yeah, I knew I wasn't going crazy. Like, those are the times on the potential timeline that peopling isn't a problem. Anytime, I don't give a fuck if it was the early migratory period in Africa when motherfuckers was leaving, say about 100,000, 150,000 years ago. There were people, and it was causing a problem. it was causing a problem. If you could interview the animals at that time, they're like, listen, these motherfuckers, it was always a problem. Always. I would go so far as to say that the rest of the universe that have these planets that are not populated by people, these are paradises simply because they're not populated by people.
Well, I mean, sure. That's kind of
they say Mercury is the closest you can get to hell. Right?
There must be a bunch of people.
It's there. Listen, it's still comparatively a paradise because people aren't there. No, not Mercury, Venus. Venus is, they say Venus is fucked. It's cooked, literally. Literally. And it's still a paradise in comparison. It
right.
says a single lifetime in plants are ripping down. Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
they're gonna, yeah.
All right, let's go to Week in Review.
The Week in Review. So I don't have much at all. I'll just give you the things that I do have.
Okay.
More support tier packages have gone out this week.
Yeah, my shipment's on the way.
It certainly is. And I'm going to be sending some more out.
Interesting. Something is expected today.
Is it? I wonder what that is.
I wonder what that is.
Would that be?
It's from Shopify.
Oh.
That's all I know.
Yeah, interesting. I guess we'll just have to see. So yeah, more of those went out. More are going to go out. I'm going to start shipping some more out on Monday. Right. I did a little upgrading to my computer. Not much. See, unlike my co-host here.
Okay.
Listen, let me land.
All right.
Unlike my co-host here.
Picked up from College Park, Maryland. So yeah.
I guess it's on the way. You know what I'm saying? But unlike my esteemed co-host here, no, I couldn't get a whole nother computer. I would have loved to, but I couldn't do that. But what I did do is get more RAM.
Speaking of which, I'll be right back.
So let me tell you my adventures of putting this RAM in. So my particular computer is a Trident AS, something to that effect. Has a very small cabinet, and a lot of the internal parts are close together. Where you put in the graphics cards is not readily accessible. So I had to take out a bunch of shit to do it. Here are the old ones right here. This involved me taking the fan out and other little coolant piece out, and then putting those, of course, new ones into the slots. So I did all of that while being pestered by cats. Being pestered by cats. Now, as you know, those of you that have done this before, you know that you want to be grounded. You don't want a static electricity all in your hands while you're touching the insides of the motherfucking computer, because that's going to change things. So I wanted to stay grounded all the time. Now, there's metal pieces in the computer, sure, that you touch. I didn't want to take the chance. I took my old mic stand over there when I removed everything, put it in my little work area. I took my metal mic stand and put that shit right there, just so I know I could touch something to stay grounded. But these goddamn cats are nosy. To give you an example of what I mean by them being nosy, we refer to them as CSI, Cat Scratch Investigations. Anytime something new comes into the house, they have to inspect it. And the way they do it is just the same way you see on those procedural cop shows, where the police enter the crime scene, they fan out, and start doing their, that's how they did. They came down. Oh, you've moved something from one place to another place, set up in this new area. We must investigate. So they come along, and because we have a rug down here that collects plenty of static electricity, now you have cats with their fur that has plenty of static electricity. They want to brush up against me. I was forced. Nay, I was compelled to grab that water bottle and do work. Get the hell away from me. You would think that'd be enough to stop them, but it wasn't. They kept coming back. And it was ass. But I did manage to keep them away enough for me to get the cards in there, the RAM in there. So I put everything back together, set everything back up, plugged everything back in, turned it on. It turns on fine. It acts like it wants to boot. It never boots. So now I'm going, what the fuck? And I don't really want to have to go and take this shit apart again. What happened?
I don't believe you.
Shut up.
Oh.
I didn't want to have to take the thing, remove everything, take it apart again, and do all that shit. But I had no choice, because if I did not figure out why my fucking computer is not booting, I have a lot of work. Shut up. I have a lot of work and important files and all that shit on this computer. So I took the shit back over to the little work section, opened it up.
Station.
Shoosh. Took the fan out, took the other cooler place thing out, and then checked the RAM sticks. Like, what the fuck? Why my shit isn't booting? So when I first put them in there the first time, I could have sworn. You know, you got to push it till you hear that click in the slot. I could have sworn I heard that click for both of them.
You heard nothing.
Shoosh.
Oh.
Turns out, I only really actually heard it for one of them. So the other one wasn't all the way in the slot. So I pushed that son of a bitch back in the slot, and I took that thermal grease shit, that shit back on the cooling thing, slid that on there, tightened everything back up, brought it back over. It worked just fine. Now, what is the lesson here? I don't know.
Calm your monkey ass down and take your time.
You shut up.
Oh.
Because the reality is, I did it, it's done, and the computer is working much better for a lot of the things that I do that sometimes it was a bit of a struggle to do because I didn't have enough RAM. That's not the issue now, right? So that's good. Now, what I would like to do is switch out this graphic card with one that's more powerful. You know what I'm saying? But that ain't happening for a minute. So it is what it is with that. But I do know this, when I can spell able, probably before I get a brand new computer, I'll just upgrade the shit that I have.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The only issue is, like I said, this is a Trident AS, and that cabinet is not big. So as I was telling them, the way the pieces, the components of the computer, they are tight in that bitch, and where you put the RAM sticks, it's not accessible. You know how some computers you open up, it's right there. You just, you got to take shit out to do that shit. So it's only so much upgrading I'm probably going to be able to do, but whatever I can do, I'll probably do that first.
Makes
before,
sense.
You know. So the other thing that took place, I don't know what the fuck was going on. I know these birds were losing their goddamn mind. I go out the backyard, and man, on one side of my house, there's this evergreen tree. This fucking tree is tall as a bitch. And the neighbors who feared, I guess, that the way it was growing, it would fall on their patio or whatever, right? Or their roof. They paid to have people come over and cut a lot of them branches off. So the only branches you see on there are the ones at the tippy tip top. And that's where the fuck these birds was at. And And when I don't know what was going on, I don't know who started what, but they was up that motherfucker going ham. Almost as bad as when T'Challa was still around, who was usually the source of the agitation of them fucking birds, right? But then I saw a hawk. I saw a hawk fly by, and I wondered to myself, hey, I wonder if this is what the brouhaha was about. Because when I said they were agitated, it's been a long time since I heard a bunch of birds up in the tree going crazy like that. When I first moved around here, though, there was a gang of these little motherfuckers, right? Squirrels, too. But it was a gang of these birds. And they was regular, they wasn't no exotic birds or no birds you could really identify as something like a cardinal or oriole or some shit like that. They were no dirty-ass regular brown birds that be around. Shit, nobody knows. They're everywhere and shit. But they was in packs, like huge-ass flocks. I hadn't seen that in a while. Saw that this week. It was the tree. It was the neighbor's house across the yard, and they make a gang of noise. And I don't know why I never realized that before. Because just when I lived in Baltimore at Uplands, before Uplands turned into fucking Russet, the Russet community and shit, right? We had them gang of birds like that, you know, but they didn't seem to be that noisy. Maybe because it's just a noisy area anyway. You got Emerson Avenue up there, the traffic, you don't hear it. This area, this block is pretty quiet. Dumb motherfuckers are loud as shit. And I really started to miss Zora and T'Challa because when their asses were still alive and still roaming the perimeter, they kept the birds and squirrels in their place.
Sure.
They knew better. But now that they're not here, now that natural equilibrium has been like pretty much upset
or restored.
Nah, we're not doing that. Listen, I understand that they say cats are invasive, and they are. But cats have been here in America long enough now for these other animals to figure that shit out. They've been here long enough for y'all to figure that shit out by now. Fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, we talking centuries at this point. Listen, y'all going, come on, stop it. I will admit that when we first moved around here, before the cats got comfortable coming outside and all that shit, it was a pack of these creatures around this motherfucker. Like, they just ran the block, for real. All it took was 2 cats to run you up off the block. 2 of them. One of them was a kitten at the time, too. Y'all a bunch of whores.
I mean.
Listen.
Sure.
Listen. Imagine that. Look, I'm going to say it in street terms because imagine some motherfuckers just coming around chasing motherfucker. This is your block. You built it up. You made it profitable. Some little young motherfucker come around there. It's 2 motherfuckers come out, run the whole crew, whole gang. Gone.
And you the nigga that's going to tell that story, but fail to mention that them little niggas is Thundercats.
Look, man, all I'm saying is, ain't no YNs will be chasing you niggas about the block like they did. It took you up off your square.
Yo told that story not mentioning that the 2 cats is Wolverine.
Listen.
And Lady Deathstrike.
And one of them had the power to time travel and shit.
Right. Like, what are you talking about?
One of them was Kang. We was Kangs.
Nigga.
But yeah, other than that, and I had to go down to my wife's job the other day to put together another table because she had a grooming table, right? And I had to put that together. Really wasn't that big of a deal, but I forgot. It was so long ago, I forgot. But something happened with the wiring of that one. So it just stopped. She would use the remote control to raise it and lower it. It just wouldn't do that shit no more. So she had to get another one. I had to go down there and put that shit together. So this table was very similar to the other one. So I could actually take some parts off the other one, like the wheels, right, and put it on this one. But there's some things that was different. One of the things was I opened up one of the boxes, and it's this little piece that has these little hooks, like 5 hooks on it, that you got to install underneath of it. And I guess that's where you can put some tools or whatever you use in the groom the pet or whatever. I went and grabbed the shit not thinking. That motherfucker sharp as shit. That shit like fucking razor the edge on all sides. Even the pieces that you gotta screw in, sharp as shit. So I'm grabbing like, damn, this feels weird. Yeah, it did. It cut into my damn thumb and shit. It's like, man, the fuck. So then turns out my wife saw it, she's like, I don't need that. You ain't gotta put that on.
You're a threat to yourself.
So now here's one good thing that came out of it though. So some of the pieces were still wrapped in bubble wrap, and I forgot to bring my knife, which is unheard of. I always have a knife. I forgot to bring it though.
Oh, okay.
Forgot to bring it. So this piece though, sharp as shit. So I went and grabbed it carefully this time. Knife work crazy. Got those extra pieces out. Finished putting the rest of the shit together. So it's currently working. I think it was missing some pieces though, because when you look on, she ordered it off Amazon. When you go look on Amazon, it looks like there's some plastic piece or whatever that you have to install to keep the pedal, because it has a pedal to it, so you don't have to do the remote control necessarily. While you're trying to raise the shit up to get a dog up or whatever, you can just hit the pedal. There's literally no place. Well, there is a place that looks like it may go, but also like it needs to have a C-clamp or something to hold it on there. And it wasn't in there.
Yikes.
And when I looked at the picture, it looked like it had something like that in it, but it wasn't in any of the boxes. So when she moves it around from one room to the next, she's going to have to pick the shit up, put it on top of the table, or risk tripping over that wire or fucking the wire up. You know?
I blame you.
But yeah, that was my week.
Okay. So the first thing I want to bring up is these 2 emails that I just got.
What?
These 2 emails.
Your audio is doing crazy shit.
Your audio doing crazy shit.
You broke it.
Oh. I broke nothing. So it's these 2 emails that I got back to back, a minute from each other.
Emails.
And it just shows you how far we've come in scam culture. Because these are not good examples. Anybody who got by these,
you deserved it.
You might not need to be using technology, my guy.
Yeah, facts.
So the first one came through at 12:04. The first one came through at 12:04. The second one came through at 12:05.
Okay.
The first one, the one that came at 12:04, says, second attempt to contact you. The person it is from is capital C, A-S, capital H, A-I-D. So, supposed to be cash aid, but no space. No space, and the H instead of the A is capital.
If you don't get the fuck out of here.
It says $3,000 loan check, no space between loan and check, and the C in check is capital, the first C. Is both capital, ready. no period.
You know, that don't sound valid to you?
Capital PLEA space SE space respond. Mind you, that's the first one. The second one that came through says request a loan to use for anything with no space. You want no space and the Y and O are capital. And it's from C, capital C, AS, capital H, space,
nigga.
Capital A, capital I, capital D.
Nigga, that's SpongeBob.
And
voice.
the message is the same exact message.
Nah.
So yeah, I think whoever sent those, you need to go back to scammer school.
Yeah,
because
you suck.
Yeah, that's not gonna convince anybody. I mean, I would like to say I hope that's not gonna convince anybody. I've been wrong before, but yeah,
you know what? Right. You have been wrong before.
Yeah, a bunch of times. So next, I've been doing my due diligence deep diving.
Oh, sorry.
No, due diligence deep diving. It's alliteration because
due diligence deep diving.
Yeah,
damn.
Into a project that I'm working on and building the framework for it.
What project is that?
No, we're not doing that. I think I'm going to start a campaign relatively soon. It's quite ambitious, but that's actually the point of the project. So
okay,
I've got 3 features lined up. And I think people will love. Not saying names, but I can guarantee that the vast majority of you know one of them. And there's a non-zero chance that
Drake.
There's a non-zero chance that if you're listening to this, you know all 3 of them. So there's that. But also, last weekend, the aftermath after the show, I spent about 48 hours cooking. No, not exactly. Clearly, I didn't cook for 48 hours straight. But throughout those 2 days, it feels like I spent more time cooking than not cooking.
And yet, all that time cooking, I didn't receive one email with a plate yet.
What do you mean? I don't understand. I sent it. I might have misspelled something when I said
it. Was a scam. It looked like a scam. That's why I clicked on it.
So, Chrissy's goddaughter comes over here every now and then, and she was like, the last time she was supposed to come over, something happened, so she didn't get to come over. So they made plans for her to come over, and separate from that, she called me because she was telling me about the school she got into, because she's graduating high school this year. So she called me talking about that and blah, 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 all that good shit. And she says to me, hey, you should make me some wings. I said, you know what? I can do that.
You should have made some garlic wings.
I actually did make Parmesan garlic wings.
Damn.
So I told her, yes. And I'm like, when you want me to make them? She's like, I'm coming over this day, blah, 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 blah. All right, cool. Cool, I'll make them. Couple weeks later, her oldest sister hits me up. Uncle James, what's up? I want some quesadillas. All right. I can do that. When you want me,
are you a private chef at this point?
When you want me when you want me to make these quesadillas?
Uncle James, I would like a chocolate mousse.
Nigga, listen. when you want me to make these quesadillas? She gave me a date. Oh, the same date? The same exact date that your sister wants the wings? Okay,
that's
fine.
Nasty work, yo.
Sure.
That is nasty work.
Sure, I can do that. That's nasty work. Their mother. Bro. What's up? I want some spinach. And I want some, like, I know you making her hot wings. Can you make some garlic Parmesan wings?
At this point, people taking advantage. Like, y'all need to relax.
I'm just telling you what happened. I'm just telling you what happened. I'm not editorial.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing you eat that shit too,
nigga. So she's like, yeah, I want some spinach and I want some garlic Parmesan. All right, cool. We got a lot of wings. I can do half buffalo wings.
When you say a lot of, because niggas will be saying shit. When you say a lot of wings,
no, it's the big pack of wings from the store, like the family value pack. Yeah. Family value pack of wings, from the market. So like, all right, cool. But now I've been given 4 different things to cook that don't necessarily go with each other. Nope. So how the fuck am I making it? All right, cool. I mean, so you can
theoretically get away with the spinach.
Listen. So couple days later, couple days after that, I agreed to that. The oldest daughter hit me back up, sends me a video
of wings.
The video, and I'm like, "You want this instead?" She's like, "Yeah, it's some garlic. No, it's some steak and shrimp tacos." I'm like, so you want these instead of the quesadillas? She's like, yeah. I said, all right, cool.
All right.
I can do that.
And I'm not mad at it. It's shrimp in there.
Sorry. Yeah. Like, I can do that. I ain't never did that shit before.
Hard shell?
No, nigga. No, I don't do that.
Excellent.
Don't do that. Yeah, I'm like, all right, I ain't never did this shit before, but I can.
How hard could it be?
It can't be that difficult. I can do that. So, because of all that, I made the corn. The little cilantro lime corn, like basically kind of like Chipotle's.
Let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
How expensive was all of it?
We're not gonna talk about that.
So that means, you just answered the question.
We don't gotta.
You just answered the question.
Well, Uncle Sam might be listening. We ain't gotta.
You just answered the question.
Yeah, it was.
No, he need to hear it. He asked. That shit's expensive as fuck.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it was the big party size of wings, and then I had to buy a couple packs of the sliced ribeye, and had to buy a bag of shrimp, some tortillas, some spinach. Spinach. You gotta use a lot of spinach because spinach cooked down like shit.
Yes, it does.
Can or two of corn. Some cilantro, some limes, I had most of the seasonings already.
Some eggs. You had some eggs too.
No, I had to buy no eggs for this. We had eggs. I don't even think I used any eggs for this. But they. No! Matter of fact, no. Funny enough, when we went to the market to get most of that stuff, we looked at eggs. We sent them.
Yeah.
Where you pick them up? We ain't grab them. We ain't grab them.
$15 a dozen.
Nigga, almost. That's the crazy shit. They was almost that high. So we ain't pick up the eggs that trip.
Hey, yo, man, if you want some egg, that's a battle rap reference. Ignore that.
So Saturday comes, I get off the show because his goddaughter spent the night Friday. So by the time I got off of the show, they had gone because they was going dress shopping for their prom and shit. So I get a message from Chrissy, like, yeah, they got to leave by 6:30. 6 o'clock 6:30 at the latest. It was already damn near 3 o'clock. So in my head, I'm like, all right, they'll be on their way probably like 4:30-ish.
Why you think that?
Nigga, apparently I was dead wrong. So I start prepping shit, and I realize it's like 4:40, 4:50. So I hit Chrissy like, should I even start cooking? Because if they gotta leave at no later than 6, and y'all went to Arundel Mills.
Right.
That's like 30 minutes away.
Arundel, the one out Route 40?
No, Arundel Mills. No, it's not Catonsville. It's Arundel Mills.
I'm thinking of
Foreman not Foreman Mills. What the fuck is wrong with you? Nigga, no. Arundel Mills. It's its own place, nigga.
Yo, why?
That's like 30 minutes.
All the way out Arundel Mills.
Because that's probably the closest place that was suited enough for what they needed to get.
It was a mall day, nigga. They took a mall day.
Not at no Security Square Mall though. Right, exactly. So she like, I texted you that so you can start cooking immediately. Nigga, I was still in the show when you texted me.
That's hilarious.
Right. Nigga, I was still doing the show when you texted me that. What do you mean? So I can, what? Huh? Number one, I was still doing the show. Number two, I had to go to the store.
Yo, that was funny as fuck.
There was no way for me to have started cooking immediately. And
you didn't tell me, you could have moved the camera and all that shit in the kitchen.
Nigga, and there's the thing. If I'm going to cook, the least you're going to do is eat that shit while it's hot.
Agreed.
We not, B. I'm not cooking in advance for it to be cold and then you have to
you got to put it in the microwave.
Nah, B, we not doing that. That's like, real cookers know that this ain't for the microwave. This is for hot off the stove.
And what you're not going to be doing is
after the normal stop time, and I didn't know you were actually going to the store. That's fair. No. That's absolutely fair. That's absolutely fair.
So in other words, shut your chef ass up.
Basically. No, listen. That's absolutely fair. But facts are facts.
I mean, yeah.
Facts are facts. That's not a blame thing. It's just what happened.
Now, how long did you still have on the show by the time you got that text?
It was close to ending. If I recall correctly, I'm pretty sure like when I saw that is when I started wrapping up.
And you still had to go to the store anyway.
Yeah, I still had to go to the store and also. Right. So, but again, I didn't take it as an urgent message. I took it as information. Like, I thought them niggas was still on their way back soon. Not that niggas was still gallivanting and shit. So when she sent me that, I'm like, all right, shit, let me go ahead. Cook all that shit. Now, separate of that.
What's up, sis?
What up, sis? Separate of that, so a tiny bit of wedding watch combined in this. So separate of that, there was a tasting for the bartender Sunday.
It's just liquor.
Yeah, that's not how that works. That's not at all how that works. And I'm so glad they actually did it because that's a whole nother story that I can't really tell. But I'll
it was a tasting.
I'll allude to it as I get to it.
Yeah, y'all was gonna have the Incredible Hulk and all that shit.
That's funny that you mentioned that. That probably would have been never mind. Anyway, so like I said, separate of the girls coming over, Mo and Gina was coming over Saturday because of the tasting on Sunday.
You say Gina Martin and Gina?
Mo and Gina.
Oh,
no, I did not say Martin and Gina. What the fuck is wrong with you? Anyway, so they was coming over Saturday to spend the night because the tasting was much closer to us than to them. So that Chrissy could have Gina already and not have to worry about her getting across town.
Did y'all get drunk at this tasting? Yeah,
I didn't go. But yes. So when Chrissy got in the house, she was like, "Oh yeah, babe, you should get some stuff to throw on the smoker."
In other words, cook, you chef ass nigga.
Right. So after all that cooking that I did, I was like, all right. In the moment, I just said yeah, because I wasn't even contextualizing.
You wasn't contextualizing the amount of work, labor,
everything that was actually going on. Right. It was just a statement she made that made sense in a vacuum. So I was like, yeah, cool.
Right.
So we had some chicken thighs that the sell by date. For those who don't know, there are several different dates that can be on food. There's a sell by, there's a use by, there's a best by. I think there's another one that I can't think of. But whatever. Sell by means it's not about to go bad, but you probably shouldn't be selling it to people at this date. Best by, still similar, definitely shouldn't be selling it to people at this date. But if you have it already, it's not going to go bad, but it's not going to be at the highest quality that it was when you use it. Right. Used by, I don't remember what used by is.
It's been a long time, but because I had to certify, that's on the ServSafe exam. I had to do that used by date. Used by date is the last day a product is recommended to be used while it's at its best quality. It's not a safety date,
right?
Except for infant formula,
right? And I'm glad you said that last part. So within all these three different specifications, it still matters what the item is.
Yes, it does.
Still matters what the item is. But it was chicken thighs. They were in the refrigerator, and the sell-by date was Sunday. So I was like, all right. At the time before they got back, I put them in the freezer because I'm like, I just did all this cooking. I'm probably not going to cook these no time, like in the immediate future, like a couple days from now, maybe. Let me go ahead and put these in the freezer.
Right.
She comes home, she says that. I'm like, all right, cool. At this point, it had been so long since I put the thighs in the freezer. I forgot that I put the thighs in the freezer. I was just, again, in a vacuum, her suggestion made sense. So I'm like, yes, of course. Cool. So we go through that day. That day ends. Next day, because originally I was going to the tasting, but then I wasn't needed, so I didn't go. But when we woke up that morning, I was like, oh, shit. You said you wanted me to put stuff on the smoker. Let me go ahead and take these thighs out the freezer. So I was like, all right, what else you want to put on the smoker? That took a little second for us to figure out. Mm-hmm. I went and asked Gina. She wasn't much help. So it's like, all right, hot dogs, pork chops, chicken thighs. And fill in with the, potato salad, mac salad, cookout shit. Fill in with the rest of that. So I'm like, all right, bet. So I ordered the pork chops, I had some hot dogs, ordered some more hot dogs. And took the thighs out of the freezer. Put them in because when you're trying to thaw out something, the fastest, safe way to thaw them out is to run them under cold water.
Yes.
So I made some room in the sink.
What's the less safest fast way?
I think the worst way you can do it is like the microwave. Or
that's bad.
No, leaving them out overnight, I think is the worst one.
That's bad. That's bad too. That's
bad. I think that's the worst one.
That's bad.
The microwave isn't terrible. It's just
it was about fast speed.
Yes.
So
yes. Yeah. So got a bitch in there, cold running. And every 15, 20 minutes, I go over there. All right, let me slide it over to this side. Nigga. I had my water running probably for 4 hours.
Damn.
Because it was another family pack, and them bitches was solid frozen. Less than 24 hours.
You should have just put them in flames.
All right, B. It was less than 24 hours, my guy. I didn't expect them to be that frozen solid, but
should have thrown some flames.
That shit worked. So I start the smoker up and all the shit that has to do with the smoker, and that shit is not. It is a little fun, but it's annoying. It's tedious. It's work to actually use the smoker.
I just want the food to be done. Like, I get that. Can we get to like a?
It takes all the fun out of it.
The Star Trek.
Nah, I don't want to take all the fun out of it.
And shit.
I don't want to take all the fun out of it. I would like this to not be as tedious as it was. Absolutely. I think
they can figure out a way for AI to help.
Yeah, I don't. No, I'm not. I don't trust it that much. I don't trust it to that point yet. So I started on the I season everything and get that shit marinating and all that other good stuff. All right. So they come back from the tasting. Niggas complaining about being hungry.
Of course, niggas complain.
What the fuck?
When are niggas not complaining?
That's a good point. That's a good point. Niggas never not complain about being hungry. So I'm like, shit. All right, let me get started.
Let's get it started.
Get the smoker to where I need it to be. Set all my shit up. Go throw the pork chops on there. Throw some of the hot dogs on there. Thighs still frozen.
Damn.
Thighs still frozen, my guy.
Damn.
So we sitting there talking shit, blah, 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 blah. Go out there. Had to keep adding wood to the smoker and all that other good shit. And blah, 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 blah. Get to the point where they start complaining again. I'm like, hey, hold up. Hot dogs should be done. I'm about to go grab the hot dogs. Grab the hot dogs off the smoker. Check the pork chops. They still got a little bit of time left. Want to put the thighs on there. Thighs still frozen.
Oh.
Cold water running this whole time. It ain't like, luckily, I don't pay my water bill because, nigga.
That's true.
So, took the hot dogs off. Niggas had hot dogs and the sides and all that other shit. Oh, and I made corn too.
No, nothing nice.
Niggas had the sides and all that other shit. Chrissy like, we probably want to eat some more hot dogs. So there's still more people coming. Fab was still coming and a couple more people. So she was like, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get some more hot dogs. I'm all right, cool. She was like, should I get thighs too? I'm like, yeah, probably, because these bitches still frozen. So she gets the same size pack of thighs. That shit come, season them up,
pack them on the smoker. Saves lives.
I mean, maybe. Get them, season them up, throw them on smoker. About 10, 15 minutes later, pork chops ready. Grab the pork chops off. Niggas acted like they had never eaten food before. Mind you, I just gave them hot dogs, and they had the sides.
Yeah.
But when these pork chops came out,
they just hot dogs.
They hyenaed them bitches. Like, then.
You cooked all that on the same smoker?
Yeah. It's a big bitch. I told you, that bitch 250 pounds plus. It's a decent sized smoker. Chris, you said no. We still talking about Yo, niggas act like they had never eaten food, and then on top of that, never eaten a pork chop in their entire lives. Like, I know they was good, but nigga. Anyway, so finally, like I said, got the thighs on the smoker and all that shit. I'm ready to. I've been cooking for the whole weekend at this point.
Right. You ready to sit your ass down?
And then it hits me.
Yo, she said she needs something tomorrow.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen. Then it hits me. It hits me. Oh shit! The sell by date of these thighs that are defrosting is today, and I had already froze them, so I can't freeze them again. Gotta cook them today anyway. Fuck. So I went ahead. They finally unthawed. Had to go ahead, pull them out, season them up, threw them in the oven.
Right.
Half of them I put, because I made a sauce for the pork chops. So half of them got the sauce for the pork chops. Other half was just, baked thighs. Ain't nothing wrong with a good baked thigh. So that was a whole thing. And basically, I didn't finish cooking until probably 8:30-ish p.m.
Damn.
After starting at like 11 something a.m. So yeah,
you was doing a lot right there.
It was a whole lot. I can't tell you the next time I'm gonna do that shit. It's gonna be a minute before.
First of all, people gotta stop calling you out of the blue talking about, hey, get some lamb chops.
Lamb chops play along out this bitch.
Right. Hey, I need a 4-course meal. What are you talking about?
It's a whole thing. I
want some filet mignon with Alfredo sauce.
It's because the babies. I ain't tripping about the babies. The babies can get whatever the babies want. Like, that's cool. But then
you saw the sign, them John Cena signs.
You stupid. No, the babies. I ain't tripping off the babies. And honestly, their shit was just a little time consuming. It wasn't difficult.
I mean, it
wasn't tedious. So... It wasn't super involved. It was just wings and some tacos.
Yeah.
Like, that's not that difficult. Using that fucking smoker, that's the tedious part.
Yeah.
But I'm going to use that bitch because we paid for it. And the food that come off it is good. But that bitch tedious.
Not like he was asking you to make a baked Alaska or some shit.
Basically, like, niggas, like, can you make a foie gras? Like, what? Huh?
I can't even spell that.
I can't.
Let alone, what was you talking about?
Yo, it was cool. It was cool. It wasn't too bad. It was just tedious. It was tedious, and it took a long time. It takes forever. What the fuck? It takes forever to smoke certain things, and it's a lot of work.
I can imagine.
To put, you gotta maintain the fire. You gotta keep it at a certain temperature and all that.
It's a whole thing, bro.
It's cool though. It's fun.
You really realize how much it takes,
nigga. I'm about to show some of them. Like, all right, next time you come over, you gonna do it, and I'm gonna walk you through it.
Yeah,
just the smoker part, cause like. And then on top of that, the pressure, right? Because two of them motherfuckers are chefs. So not only do I have to do all this, but I gotta make sure my shit on point.
I have an idea. Don't do it today. Next week. Call them for some things.
No. You know what's funny?
The chefs.
No. So several times that Jada has been over here, I'm like, hey, you gonna go ahead and cook this? So yeah, no, I've already
getting their lick back.
Yeah, basically, like, yo, cook breakfast. Make these pancakes.
It was like, hey, Chef Boyard Black, I'm gonna need
facts. All facts.
I'm gonna need some wings about this motherfucker.
Basically. All right, so we got a little bit of time left. Let's go to Am I the S? I'm gonna get the music back. I just forgot to incorporate it. It's been a lot going on. All right. Yo, this one caught my eye. Am I the asshole for watching The Nanny?
Nanny?
At the surface level? No. Why would
I was about to say yes. Go ahead, what you say?
Come on, nigga. Why would that make you the asshole? No, come on now. But let's read it.
I hate the damn titles because they be misleading as fuck.
So fucking misleading. I, 43-year-old female, love the show The Nanny, but my husband, Brad, why you naming your husband? Why you naming names?
Check out the big brain on Brad.
44 male doesn't. He says Fran's
Hold up. Not only did she give him his government, but she put his age out there too. That's crazy.
Doesn't. He says Fran's voice gives him a headache, which I understand since he has a condition where he's sensitive to certain sounds. Yo. That's your answer right there.
Yeah, she just told
that's it. But I'm gonna finish. I'm gonna finish.
She told.
I'm gonna finish. Usually I watch it when he's not at home, so there's no argument. Today,
and they're all in runs too. So
it's not live. You're not missing shit. Today, I decided to watch it even though he was home. He was in another room, and I began to watch. He comes out 10 minutes later and asks me to turn it off, or at least turn it down. Now, I cannot hear well, so I usually have the volume at 45 to 60 so I can hear the TV. I said no because he could just go into another room, and he said he could still hear it from there. Yeah, hits or turn it down. Can you turn it off or turn it down? I argue with him about it, but eventually he decided to lock himself in the spare room and won't let me in. Am I the asshole? What the fuck do you mean? Don't piss me off. Don't piss me off. Don't piss me off. We're not doing this. Absolutely, you're the fucking asshole. First of all, he has a condition where he's sensitive to certain sounds.
This is not even just him being annoyed.
Right.
But it's like he has a condition. She has a condition too. She the ass beat. Like, yo, what the fuck, yo? Now I gotta look through this to see if it's because it was overwhelmingly she was voted the asshole. Let's see if there's anybody that says she's not the asshole. No. Yo, that's crazy. I think this is the first time this has ever happened. Not a single
person has said not the asshole. What?
Yo. That shit is crazy, bro.
Well, shit.
Shit's crazy.
Moving on, then. Am I the asshole for intentionally speaking around my friend in a language she doesn't understand? What is happening?
I don't know, but come on, bro.
Okay. I, 17-year-old female, have a friend group of 4 girls and 2 boys. One of the other girls, let's call her H, and I both know the same 4 languages. For both of us, the language of the country we live in is our 4th and weakest. We're fluent, but it's a very difficult language. So while we can communicate and people understand us, our speech isn't perfect. We make mistakes and sometimes forget words. When H and I talk to each other, we mix all 4 languages, which is obviously very confusing if you don't understand them. When we talk with other people, we obviously only use the language of our country. But sometimes if we forget a word, we'll say it in another language and look to each other for help translating. That's wholesome so far.
So far.
No problem so far.
I don't trust it, though.
One of our friends has recently started complaining that we speak in languages she doesn't understand and that it's rude. At first, it wasn't a big deal. She's known for teasing us as her love language, so we didn't take it seriously. A few days ago, our group met up, and H and I started talking about K-pop. I got excited because there's a new group I like, and I had been wanting to tell her about them for a while. In my excitement, I blanked out in the local language and decided that since no one else in the group cared about K-pop, I could just speak in another language. I didn't even get 5 words out before this friend blew up. She started yelling at me, saying I need to learn to speak the language because I live here now, in much ruder words. I don't like being yelled at, so I kind of froze and went quiet. The others calmed her down, but it was awkward afterward. I wasn't talking much, and everyone else was short with her. We all went home about an hour later. When I calmed down, I called H, and we decided that from now on, whoever this friend is around, we would only speak in languages she doesn't understand. Wow. We've been doing that since, and she has been losing her mind. She's yelled so much that she started to lose her voice, and 4 teachers have told her to stop. At first, our group laughed and played along, pretending to understand us, but in the last 2 days, they've started telling us that we're taking it too far and that she's genuinely upset. Are we in the wrong? Edit. To clarify, H and I have 4 languages in that overlap, but those aren't the only languages we speak. She is fluent in 5 languages and is currently learning another one, while I am fluent in 7 and have a basic understanding of 2 more. I moved to this country 3 years ago, and H moved here 4 years ago. We're from different countries, but we both love learning new languages, so we have some overlap. in our current country, it's not very common to know more than one language. Most people don't even know
America?
English. That's what I'm thinking. What up, Jigs? That's what I'm thinking. Most people don't even know English, even though it's taught as a school subject. Okay, so it's not America. Actually, it still could be.
Could be.
Anyway, I've seen your comments here, and H and I met up with that friend to talk today. At first, it wasn't really going anywhere because she didn't want to talk about what was bothering her. But we eventually got to a point where she said that if she couldn't do it, we shouldn't either. We pressed her, and it turns out her brother, and to some extent her parents, have been laughing at her because we can speak so many languages while she can barely form a sentence in English, even though she's had so many private lessons. She has always struggled with languages. She's very smart, but except for the local language, in which she's a genius, no other language really clicks for her. We had a long talk. She apologized. We apologized, and now we're all good. I don't believe you. But...
So, just generally speaking, you're in a group of people, all of y'all together, you start speaking a language that some other people that can't speak, I think it is a bit rude for you to do that because you don't have to do that. Like, I think it is. Now, I'm torn on the trolling aspect because I am indeed a troll.
Indeed.
And I understand if y'all playing around, whatever, that's one thing.
Yeah.
But that's not how that came off when she first described it. It came off like that after she got mad, and then y'all seemed like y'all wanted to troll her then and shit. But if even your friend group was saying that y'all dragging that.
Right.
Like
at that point, regardless of how you feel about what happened before, at that point, it's time to stop. It's time to stop. If y'all actually friends, and your other friends are saying, yo, all right, it was cool at first, but y'all doing it
now. Y'all dragging it.
Yeah, like
y'all dragging it.
It's time to stop at that point. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and call you the asshole because, like, all right. So for people who you care about, I would die on this hill. For people who you care about, I feel like if they express something to you that is not detrimental to you, you should go ahead and do that thing.
I mean, it don't hurt you to do it. And
if it don't hurt you, yeah, bruh. Like, you speak 7 fucking languages. And you speak the language that she understands. It's just that a word or two you might forget every now and then.
Right.
But it's 4 of y'all. And between the 4 of you, somehow you always manage to get it.
Because you know what it comes off like? Y'all talk about me in a language.
Yes.
That's what it comes off like.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, yeah, be like, I can understand if it was a situation where you weren't that great with the language that she understands the best.
Right.
And she was always picking with you about it.
Right.
Then I could see there being a case.
Yeah.
But with you being still fluent, but just not remembering all the words all the time.
Right.
Nah, B. That's kind of crazy. I mean, troll her for a little bit, sure.
Absolutely. I'm always down for the troll.
Yeah. But once it gets past that point, once you see you're genuinely bothering her, and your other friends can tell that you're genuinely bothering her.
Like, once they say something, bro, like, all right, you dragging it.
Yeah.
And look, I'm trying to think if I've ever been in a situation where my trolling has gotten out of hand.
Nigga.
I don't think so. Well, I was told the trolling had got out of hand.
Okay, there we go.
No. Mm-mm. I'm sure it has.
No, absolutely it has. Nigga, wait. This nigga. Hold up. I'm going to roll with it. This motherfucker. And my almost namesake.
Oh, yeah.
I had a situation, craziest shit I've ever been a part of. I got pulled over. I got pulled over 3 times in one day. Right? Craziest shit ever. Mind you, I've been driving on my own since I was 21. I am 37, I think.
Damn. You don't even remember his age.
No, I don't. I think I'm 37. I've been driving on my own since 21. I've only been pulled over 5 times, maybe 6. 3 of them were in that day. So I got pulled over 3 times in one day, which resulted in only 1 ticket, right?
Pretty good.
That's a great percentage. I ain't even hold you. Like the first dude, I don't remember the second one. I remember the first one and the third one, but it was 3. I just don't remember what happened on the second one. The first one, I was at work. I was heading home for lunch or some shit like that, and I was trying to get home real quick so I can enjoy my damn time. I pull out of the.
You were speeding.
Oh, nigga! The first one. The first one is the one I actually got a ticket for.
Right.
This is the one I was not doing what the fuck he said I was doing.
Oh, damn.
Absolutely not. I pulled out of the parking lot and onto the street. Within 15 seconds, I see lights. Whoop, whoop. Pulls me over. So, you know how fast you were going? I said, no. Because I'm literally turning out of a parking lot. I was not looking at the speedometer because I could not have possibly been driving that fast because, again, I'm pulling out of a parking lot.
Yo, wow. So you can leave me alone, pig.
So he was like, no, you were speeding, blah, 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 that writes me a ticket. All right,
it was a quota. That was a quota.
Yeah, it had to be. So I leave, I get to the house, eat my lunch. I'm doing my rounds. On my rounds, I get pulled over again. Again, I don't remember that one. So I don't remember if I was speeding or not. I don't remember. But I didn't get a ticket. Didn't get a ticket for that. I had a photo shoot that day after work. So I get home, grab my gear, head to the photo shoot. I am absolutely speeding. Absolutely speeding. And this time it was a state trooper. Whoop whoop! Fuck! 3 times? I pull over. Comes up.
Yo, you was out of pocket. Yo, you was out of pocket that day.
Time? 100%.
You was out of pocket.
100%. He like, do you realize how fast you were going? I'm like, no. I am running late. I have a photo shoot to do. No, I do not know how fast I was going. Apparently too fast.
He went, oh.
Basically, he was like, all right, slow it down a little bit. Just a little bit. Relax. You'll get there. I'm like, all right. He's like, I'm gonna let you off with the water. All right, cool. So I completely forgot about that ticket. Why did I completely forget about that ticket? Couple reasons. One, this was years ago, and money was a little tight, so I couldn't pay it immediately.
Right.
That's one. 2, I had never gotten a ticket for being pulled over, ever. I had been pulled over before a couple times, but never got a ticket. So I have gotten some tickets from speeding cameras. Mm-hmm. The way that they work, at least in Maryland, is you have a date on there that you have to pay the ticket by. If you don't pay it by that date, you get a flag on your registration.
Yep, flag on the plate.
That means that before you renew your registration, you have to pay the flag and the ticket.
Yep.
So in the past, whenever I got a camera ticket, if I happened to not pay it on time, I just had to pay the extra $25.
Keep going. And
it was never really that big a deal because it was never really that big a deal. Should I have been remembering? Absolutely, 1,000%. It was not a good thing that I forgot those tickets. But since that was the only speeding ticket I'd ever gotten, that's how I'm thinking this speeding ticket works. I told this story on here before, but it was years ago, so I don't know if anybody remembers it. Or if the same people were listening when I told the story. So I just plainly forgot about the ticket. Completely forgot about it. I had put it in my the visor above the passenger side of my car. This is probably 6-7 years ago, whatever the case may be. So I'm just living life. I don't know if I told this story on here where I almost set my apartment on fire. So that happened. Actually, I'm exaggerating, but that's what I thought at the time. Like in the moment, I was like, "Oh no, I'm about to burn the apartment down." It's not what happened. And if I was of my right mind, this story would have been completely different. But something caught fire in the oven, and my dumb ass, not thinking that all I had to do was turn it off and close the door, and the fire would have went out because there would have been no oxygen. But whatever. So I instead of doing that, I panicked and I grabbed the fire extinguisher, put the fire out. So when that happened, nigga, mute the stream. So when that happened, I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm not going to work tomorrow. I'm going to take tomorrow off. I'm going to relax. I'm going to go ahead and clean up this mess that I just made. And because it was a Thursday, I believe. So I'm like, I'm not going to fucking work on a Friday, knowing I just did this shit. I'm taking Friday off, giving a little extended weekend. Go ahead, take care of this. Friday, I'm like, I get up. I'm like, all right, I'm about to go get some breakfast from Chick-fil-A. I'm going to go ahead and grab some cleaning supplies specifically for this mess that I just made. And I'm going to come home. I'm going to take care of that. And I'm going to relax for the rest of the day. Go to Chick-fil-A. I'm in the drive-thru. Going through the drive-thru, the window where you get your food, there's a police car sitting. I don't pay it no mind because I don't really pay police cars mind because I don't be riding dirty. Yeah. Especially these days. Like when I was younger, different story. I had to pay them a little bit more attention. But since I've turned like 27 or so, I ain't really never had no situations where I was riding dirty. So I don't really pay the police officers no mind unless I notice them like get behind me or some shit like that. Really? That's different because I'm just like, all right, what the fuck y'all doing? I'm good, but fuck. They was
the direct ops for a long time. So every time even though I have been a legal beagle,
right,
but they were the ops for a long time. So every time I see them, it's instinct now.
I get it. So I see them, and again, I don't pay no mind because I'm like, I'm good. I get to the window, I pay for my food, I get my food. I pull up, I make the left, I notice that he pulls out. He's now behind me. I get to the edge of that parking lot, I make a right, I notice that he makes a right. He's still behind me.
You on your ass.
I hear, whoop, whoop. What the fuck, bro?
Yo, for y'all that don't know, that short siren shit is ass. It's bro. Whoop whoop, nigga.
So I pull over. Luckily, I pulled over. I don't know. It might not have been that big a deal, but given how the interaction went, luckily I pulled over where I pulled over. I turned back into the parking lot.
Right.
And parked in a parking spot. So he comes up, you know why I pulled you over? No, I don't know why you pulled me over.
I don't know why you annoying me. Flatfoot.
He's like, your registration is suspended. I'm like, why the fuck is my registration suspended? I don't know. It doesn't say why it's suspended.
Nor do
I
care.
It is suspended. Right. It is suspended. You cannot move this vehicle. Do you have somebody that you can call to come? I said, yeah. He said, all right, listen to me clearly. He said, sometimes when I pull people over for this, to be clear, I could have your car towed right now. I'm not going to do that. He said, sometimes when I pull people over for this and I don't tow their cars, they end up getting pulled over later on that day, and their car be gone.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing about that. Then you replied to him, look, I get that's your experience, but they ain't got nothing to do with me. So what I need you to do.
You stupid. Should have said, no, they got to catch me first. No. So he was like, all right, here's what you got to do. You gotta go to court. This is the thing for the court.
That's
blah, blah,
ass.
blah. You gotta do this. You gotta do that. You gotta do this. You gotta do that. I'm all right.
I don't want to go to court.
One of the time he finally found out. He went back to the car and I guess ran whatever, and he found out. He was like, oh, okay, you had a speeding ticket that you didn't pay. Blah blah this blah blah. I'm like, fuck, damn it. All right. I forgot all about that. He's like, yeah, you gotta go to court. Take this with you to court.
I don't want
to. You gotta go to the courthouse. Take this with you to the courthouse and take it to the commissioner. And
don't they got like a speed kiosk or something? I don't want to go to court.
They do. And it was like they'll figure out what you gotta do. They'll tell you what you gotta do and all that good stuff. I'm like, all right,
liking that shit.
And I asked him point blank. I was like, am I going to jail for this? He was like, listen. I can't tell you.
I don't like. See that right there? Not getting a direct answer.
He was like, I can't tell you not, but I'm not going to tell you you are. And I was like, that's not really that much helpful.
Right. He told you nothing. He told you nothing.
So, nigga pulls off. I start thinking, all right, I could call Fab, but I don't know if Fab is at work or not. And if Fab is at work, there's no point in me calling him. I
mean, if he was at work, he could have just drove the bus.
That's funny. No. I could call my mother, but I don't need to get her involved because the amount of money that we're talking about now I have.
Right.
So it's not like I need money. And I don't. It's no.
You need a ride, though, yeah.
I do need a ride. Listen, I do need a ride, but I don't want the lecture. So I'm like, I'm not gonna call her. Yeah. I'm not gonna call her. I'm like, who else can I call? There's a couple people that I just don't know if I can call for this. So I'm not gonna bother them because I'd rather continue not knowing than it be confirmed and I'd be pissed
that you don't have them. They not the one.
Yeah. So I sat there. I ate my breakfast.
This hungry ass nigga.
I sat there and ate my breakfast. I paid for my breakfast. I got my breakfast. I don't want my breakfast to be cold.
Nigga, did you call an Uber?
No, nigga. I sat there. I ate my breakfast. Once I was finished my breakfast, I did one of these.
I knew it. I knew you was going to say that. I knew you was going to.
So.
Oh, but that time, though, you was driving like.
No, nigga. No, I was driving normal, not speeding. Normal, not speeding.
Right. That's what I'm saying. You was
but I wasn't driving slow or anything.
My bad.
No, see, I wasn't doing that. That's what I'm saying. No, I was driving normal, just not speeding. So I left the parking lot. Here's the dumbest thing I did. Because why the fuck would you do this? I still went to the store to get the cleaning supplies.
Your ass.
I am. I ain't gonna hold you. Now, after I got the cleaning supplies, because remember, I had to go to the courthouse that day.
Oh my goodness.
So
I don't want to go.
The courthouse that I had to go to, because of where I was, has a police has a police station right next to it. Right next to it. Like they share a parking lot. Right? So I drive over there.
This shit.
I I get into the parking lot. I park, get out, I go. I get to talk to the commissioner. It's like, all right, we got a court date for you.
Hold up, how long was you in there before you got a chance to talk to the commissioner?
I mean, it was a Friday morning, so.
Oh boy,
I lucked up. I lucked up.
Boy,
I was only in there for like an hour. I was only in there for like an hour. I lucked up.
Nigga, if you'd have been in there after a certain amount of time,
I know.
Like
oh, and it was county.
Oh my.
And it was county. So yeah.
Listen.
So we like, yeah, here's your
I got jammed up like that once. I had to go down city jail because commissioners,
no parts. Yeah.
Yo.
I don't want no parts.
Yo.
It's like, all right, here's your court date. Your registration is going to remain suspended until at least this date.
Of course.
And it was one other thing. It was one other thing, but I couldn't remember of it. The maximum was a year in jail and $1,000 fine. So
none of that.
I left out of there. I drove. Now, when I drove from there, yeah.
Well, you lucked out, bro. Like Fridays is not the, and I was told this before I had to experience it. I was told this. Niggas told me like, yo, don't be jammed up down there after a certain time on Friday because you're not going to see the commissioner and they're going to take you down to the Baltimore City Jail.
Yeah,
you're going to Castle Grayskull.
No, I don't want no parts. No. So got out of there.
I got jammed up though, so
drove home. The best part about so I get out of there. I start driving. I hit the light. I make the right turn. I hit the next light. I see a police car come out of that parking lot.
On your ass, nigga.
Had he done the thing that these motherfuckers generally do when they behind a car and it's just one car, for those who don't know, they run your plates.
They run your plates, boy.
Had they run my plates, I mean, I would be here now, but it would be a whole...
Nigga, your shit would have been so complicated.
So
I'm surprised he didn't run your plates. Too.
Right? We hit that second light. He turned left. I was like, okay. At that point, again, stupid. This was 6-7 years ago. Blame the old me. I sped home. Because, let me get the fuck off this street.
I get that part. But nigga, they on you.
It was wrong. It was stupid.
They put an APB on you. Look out for this nigga right here.
So all that to say, once I got settled in and all that other shit, I told this nigga and the other nigga who named kind of like mine. For those who don't know, we talk about Adequate. I'm James Davis. He's Jamie Davis. It's a whole thing.
It's a whole thing.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. I sat on the damn chat with these niggas for an hour and a half. These niggas telling jail jokes. I'm like, nigga, this shit is not funny. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Yo, like, this is real shit. I'm about to go to jail potentially. These niggas just would not stop. About 40 straight minutes of jokes.
Yo, we did a whole stand-up. We had the whole Netflix special.
It was a whole thing. So, yeah, obviously.
I was in my bag.
Obviously, I didn't get locked up. I went to my case and they gave me PBJ for a year. But, nigga.
Like, because for me, right, all right, so there have been a couple of times where I was mad at the time, but I look back on it and go, nah, nigga, you threw the bricks at the thing for that, so...
Yeah, I fucked up.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but there's been some other yo, where I'm like, man, all I did was go to the bathroom.
Right.
And y'all pulling me on some rogue and vagabond shit because I don't have my ID on me and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And they're hitting me with the "you look like somebody" shit. Yo, I've been hit with that so many fucking times, especially when I was growing up, that it's like you just want to fuck with me. That's how I felt. You just want. The one time I did manage to skate was they thought I was somebody who I wasn't, and I knew who they thought I was, and I had my ID on me.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I don't know where the fuck Bernard was at. He passed away a couple years ago, but I don't know where Bernard was at. But we had the same sweatsuit on. Black and red Puma sweatsuit. I had the black and red Puma sweatsuit with the suede black and red Puma. Couldn't tell me shit. And I'm coming down from the mini mart at Emerson Village, the gas station. Coming out because it was early on a Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Coming out from there and shit. And I hit Gelston Drive. I'm walking down there. I'm by 88, school 88. Right down there. Caught him with that whoop whoop. Come on, nigga. Come on, nigga.
My mother went to Lyndhurst.
She did.
Yeah.
Like, Bernard. Nigga, I'm not Bernard. But I knew he was talking about. He come over there. Bernard, hey, we finally getting in. I said, man, I'm not. My name is not Bernard. You got ID on you? Yeah, look, I'm about to reach in my pocket and show you this ID. Reach the pocket. Snatched the ID, looked at me at the ID and shit. It was like, you know Bernard? No, sir, I do not. I knew exactly who the fuck he was talking about. Exactly what the fuck he was talking about. No, sir, I do not know a Bernard. All right. The fuck? That doesn't even sound like a black name. And then he gave my shit, but after that, I was paranoid the whole way down to Dennison Street. I was paranoid. So I'm thinking this nigga following me, is he doing whatever? Meanwhile, Bernard's monkey ass, the reason they was after Bernard, because nobody stole cars like Bernard. Nigga, I am dead at, like, yo, you would see him in a different car.
That's funny.
Every day.
Nigga.
But his biggest feat, we standing down there on Hilton Street, where you get the one right above Hilton Parkway, that we sitting down there standing around talking shit. See us go, This nigga come down the street in the semi, yo. What the fuck are you doing? What are you doing?
Nigga.
And they couldn't catch him. Like they tried, they couldn't catch him. He was the gingerbread man, yo. Like they could not catch this nigga, yo. This nigga was like Batman running across rooftops and shit.
Hilarious.
Yo, he was one of them. So shout out to my man. Rest in peace, my man Bernard. Yo,
Wait advice to the cops. If I was looking at somebody who was a master car thief, I wouldn't be pulling over the nigga that was just walking through the neighborhood.
Yo, listen, I will guarantee you that at that moment, the real Bernard was driving a car that didn't belong to him.
Right.
Not walking early Saturday morning down Gelston Drive. What the fuck is you talking about? What the fuck is you talking about?
Yeah, bro, I don't. That's just me. But like, that's like with the first car that pulled me over. It wasn't a cop car. It wasn't a cop car.
It was the knockers. Is that what it was?
Yeah, motherfucker. I'm like, yo, I could not have possibly been driving as fast as you think I was driving.
yo, Wild McKenna say, let my ass off. Rest in peace, Bernard. May your time tracks be forever imprinted. Yo, that was my man too. Yo, when not to cut your wisdom, when the New York niggas came and tried to take over the block, he was one of the ones that wasn't going for it, and caught the main nigga going, walking up the alley, going up to Lee's store, and nigga wasn't strapping. He beat his ass. Yo, shout out to my man, yo. Shout out to my man, yo.
Facts. But I'm like, yo, I couldn't possibly have been going as fast as you say that I was going, given the amount of time.
Like,
I got a V4.
He was lying, yo. I'm telling you, that was a whole. He had a certain amount that he needed to get.
Yeah,
to catch your ass, yo.
Like that's all that was. My car is the sports edition. Sure. I got a V4 engine. I don't got no goddamn V6.
Yeah.
Like, I could not have possibly picked up the amount of speed in the amount of time that you're saying. But whatever. Anyway, it ended up.
That's ass, yo.
Ended up not being an issue. No fine, no jail time, just PBJ. And
peanut butter and jelly?
Wait, did I? I'm pretty sure I had to pay the ticket. I can't imagine I wouldn't have had to pay the ticket. I'm pretty sure I had to pay the ticket.
I mean, all you had to do was eat a PB and J. You was good.
I mean,
hey yo, what?
You're saying all I had to do was eat a PB and J.
Yo, why Chrissy say could have fooled me while you drive?
Don't get me started on her growling ass car.
I call me growling, yo.
Yo, her car be growling, my guy. Like if she hit the gas to go from like a 15 to like a 35, it sounds like a normal car going from like a 20 to a 65. Like that's how her shit be making so much noise. Yo, I will never forget the first time I experienced it for myself, because when you're in the passenger side, because of what's actually happening with the car, you never pay attention to that. Don't realize that's what's happening.
Right.
And I don't be fucking speedometer watching when I'm in the passenger side. Nigga. When we came back from, I think it was Mexico, I drove her car home from the airport.
I remember this.
We get to one part of that's like close to where the apartment was. Mm-hmm. And because I live around there, I drive around there so often, I know the timing of the lights and shit. So we tired. We ready to be in the fucking house. I see the light doing what it's doing. I'm like, all right, boom, let me put my foot on the gas real quick.
Yo, you ass.
Nigga.
Know what you
that
did,
shit was
bro.
like, boom, and we went nowhere. Nigga, we might have gained.
She said, my baby want to go slow, and I don't.
we might have gained like 5 miles per hour.
The police should have gave you a ticket just for making that noise. noise pollution and shit.
We gained like 5 miles per hour in like 15 seconds. And I'm like, yo. I never realized. I thought it was a joke. I thought it was a joke, but no. That shit was so serious. I'm like, oh.
Yo, that's hilarious.
Oh,
I ain't gonna hold you. That's funny as shit. That's funny as shit.
Oh, but yeah. That's it.
We would like to thank all of you once again for joining us for another rousing edition of the Black Culture Geeks podcast. Be sure to check out my sister, his significant other, Chrissy's Heard It Through the Grapevine podcast. I could have been first last time.
Yeah.
But I went away. Like before the show, I was there. Then I went away. And then
that's what happened. So, that's what happened.
You know what I'm saying?
They off this week, I think.
They off this week?
Yeah, so next week.
Next week, go check that shit out. Go check out my guy, Super Side Guy, and my man Hendrix, Metas and Mutants. Be on the lookout. If you haven't yet, go check your Kickstarter messaging because everybody should have been given their codes. So if you haven't gotten it, thank you, Biddy, for sharing the just the comments link. If you haven't got it, go check it out. Get your shit. There's always music.
Always.
Past music, present music, music for the future. I have a project that's coming out. No, I don't have a date. But it's called Sidekicks and Sly Tricks. So
mine can't really. Mine's been delivered. Just says delivered
at
1:44 at 1:44 p.m. on March 8th. So
this nigga is ass.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I got mine. What y'all doing?
Run them streams up. And when you get yours, take a picture and put it on that motherfucker see the shit. There, we are in the works to do another Kickstarter. I don't have a date.
Oh yeah, audio armors.
Oh, don't forget Audio Armors. If you need music for your backdrops on your YouTube channel or whatever, come holla at us. If you need beats for your project, come holla at us. You know, that'd be dope. But yeah, for my man SPJ, I am Tombstone the Dead Man. And for the greater multi-world entertainment family, we are out.
Peace.
Maximum dick.